Hey, good evening. Happy Monday. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football, TITTH number 80. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. I got Nick Davis with me. Tell him what's up, Nick.
What's up, guys?
Yep. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a good Sunday. Wrapping up a week. What is it?
Wait,
13?
You said it's Monday?
Is today Monday? Today's Thursday. Dear
Today's
God.
Thursday.
We're running.
I was like, whoa.
We're running. So we're into week 14 right now. I'm thinking I'm over here wrapping up week 13. But the days are trudging along. We got a lot of work going on over here.
Yeah.
We got basketball dropping next week. We're getting ready for hockey to drop in January. We got a lot going on. Sorry about that. But yeah, we got Rams and Patriots. How's the week going so far, Nick?
It's going pretty good. Just getting back into the swing of things. I'm excited about the game coming up. New England's usually has a history of having better success in the later part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And, the offense of the Rams is always really good. So it'll be a good game. I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, pretty pumped myself. I'm going on the Rams on this one. I like the Rams. I kind of like the spread at 4.5, but I'm just going to stick to the money line. And I like the total as well. I think it's a little bit too low. I do think that there's going to be some good defense in this game. We're highlighting, some good defense in the Rams and in the Patriots. But I'm going to take the over here. We're looking at 43.5 game total points. I'm going to take the over on that. I think there's plenty enough offense in this game. What do you think, Nick? Where are you going here with this one?
I'm going to go the under, and I'm going to say that I'm going to say the Pats cover. I'm not going to say that they win, but I'm going to say they do cover.
Okay.
I think they're going to keep the game close, and I think it really depends. I was telling Justin before the show, it really depends on how the Rams come out. And if they come out, guns blazing, scoring points, then the Patriots are going to be forced to pass the ball. They can't depend on their run game like they have been in the past. And we would kind of went over Cam Newton numbers, but I think that the game total is going to be under, but I think the Pats will cover.
Okay, fair enough. I'm with it. Pats have been really good. They won 2 in a row. They have not won 3 games in a row yet this season, going on the road to SoFi Stadium in California. Just not with it. I'm not there. I'm going to be leaning on the Rams. They've been looking good recently. I'm interested in some Jared Goff props tonight, fading some Cam Newton as well. As far as sitter starts in this game, how are you feeling? We're talking week 14 here. How's your fantasy squad looking?
Thankfully, both of them made it into the playoffs.
Cheers to that.
Seed than the other.
Nice.
I'm just glad that both of them are not playing the first seed.
Right on.
It gives me a better matchup for the first week, and hopefully I can start building some momentum.
Dodge some bullets on a bye week.
Yeah. So my teams right now, they're looking pretty good. I am kind of worried about my tight end situation, but Mark Andrews is coming back.
Nice.
Hopefully the passing, attack that we've kind of seen come alive a little bit in Baltimore starts feeding into Mark Andrews a lot more, and I can use him in the playoffs to help lead the team because he's been really struggling for me. Really, he hasn't been getting me 10 points consistently like he did last year.
Yeah, he was activated off the COVID list. We'll kind of get to that in a bit, but it's a pretty good spot actually getting Mark Andrews back on a bye week in fantasy. Get a week out of him, see what it looks like, and hopefully you can make the correct call into week 14. Myself, I lost one playoff spot the week before week 13, and then I lost the other one. Or I won my matchup, but I missed the playoffs by 24, 25 points. Ouch is right. 24 points across 13 weeks is a pretty big kick in the dick. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. But hey, I'm here. I'm here to give the value. I'm gonna make some money on some props tonight. I'm taking the over on the Jared Goff passing prop, 265 passing yards. Give me the over, and parlaying that with the under of Cam Newton under 167, 165 passing yards. I'm all over those, and I'm going to be taking it to Hizzy tonight. Make some of that fantasy money back. Sitter starts, though. I don't really like the quarterbacks in week-long fantasy tonight. I mean, I like the Jared Goff prop. He's ranked quarterback 22 by Fantasy Pros this week in single quarterback leagues. That's not great.
That's terrible.
Jalen Hurts is ranked 21 going up against the Chiefs. I don't know who's doing the rankings over there, but I like Jared Goff this week. I just feel like he could still throw an interception. You know, he could pass for a lot of yards, but the passing touchdown numbers haven't been there. Last week he passed for a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown. That was nice to see him get the second one, but with all that yardage last week, you were just asking yourself, where's my second passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
I bet bettors were probably thinking that alike with their props. So I'm going to say to fade the quarterbacks in single quarterback leagues. I think there's just better matchups this week. Take a looking at like a Ryan Tannehill going up against the Jags. That's going to be a really good spot, right? So I just think there's better matchups. I think you can find some better opportunities here. But I like the running backs. Akers versus some other guys, I think there are probably some better plays. But Damian Harris has been really good. I think he's a good play tonight. I think Akers in the right position. I mean, you need to know like your bench, your squad. He could be an okay start, but I don't love it.
I don't love it either because actually Zaldi was talking to me again about matchups, and it's funny how you bring up Cam Akers because Cam Akers was in the running backs that he had mentioned, and I said, oh no, give me Cam. He had 21 carries last week.
Right.
I was like, they're going to be feeding him, but then he was like, oh, I'm kind of worried about New England. I was like, nope, scratch that, take him to the bottom of the list. I was like, Bill does not let rookies do anything against him. Like he kind of like welcomes them to the NFL, and he's like, all right, I'm going to take away what your strength is. I don't love it this week against New England. It's just not a good matchup for me. You
can run up against the Patriots defense. That's like probably the biggest place you can expose them on the field, right? If you're playing offense. But at the same time, they have a three-headed monster in Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, Akers. Akers, he was out of practice Monday, limited yesterday, and got in a full session yesterday. So I don't really love that. I think
don't like that.
McVay's been pretty conservative with these running backs. When one kind of gets dinged up, he just goes to the reserves. And why not when you have that depth, right? So I'm taking back a little bit of volume for Akers tonight. Jake Driscoll, one of our followers, was asking me, Wayne Gallman or Cam Akers? I like Wayne Gallman a lot more. Yeah, I told him Gallman. I like him a lot more. I think the steady volume is there for him. Now, could Gallman get potentially poached by an Alfred Morris on the goal line? That's frustrating.
My boy Alf.
It's frustrating to think, and it could happen, but the volume should be there for Gallman. So yeah, Akers, it's a decent play, but it's not a high-end play. I think he's got an RB2 ceiling at tops tonight. But I'm all over Dame Harris. I'm all over James White. Fire those guys up. I think they're going to have solid roles in this matchup. What about the receivers? Who are you absolutely locking up for the Patriots? I think we're all starting the Cups and the Woods.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Damiere Byrd and Jacoby Myers has kind of like been off and on with them. Like one of them's hot one week, next week's the other one, or, honestly, they rushed the ball for a million times.
Sure.
None of them get anything. I'm going to say Damiere Byrd. If any of them, Damiere Byrd.
Okay, I like that.
He's kind of been building some recent chemistry with Cam Newton, and I feel like Jacoby kind of came on so strong, and everybody was like, oh, we have to shut him down. And he's probably getting number one looks from number one corners in the league just because there's no one really there. So that's why they're probably relying on the rush more. But if anybody, I'm going to say Damiere Byrd for the wide receivers.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a sneaky play. I think you got to be, for like fantasy, you got to be in a good spot though, right? Like you're going to need him on your bench, some value plays, maybe some other guys hurt. We'll get to some of the injury updates here in a bit, but I think you got to be in the right spot for that. But I think tonight, Damiere Byrd, we'll get to his props here in a bit. I think he's a good opportunity play tonight. So I'll fire that up. For the tight ends, nothing on either side. I mean, honestly, like I like Gerald Everett, but it's just too inconsistent. It's just too inconsistent. It's week 14. It's the playoffs. There's better options out there. A streaming option I like this week, Irv Smith. Kyle Rudolph looks like he's going to be out this week. Irv Smith, I like him to score a touchdown this week. Give me some Irv Smith over any of these tight ends in this game, actually.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I would have said pass on the wide receivers for the New England. I didn't know that was an option, but I took it and was just like, all right.
No, you gave a good value play. I like Damiere Byrd. That's a good value play.
Yeah, I tried to get my best decision, but yeah, I'm going to pass on the tight ends as well.
All right, there you go. Fair enough. All right, let's jump over to some of the props here on BetOnline AG. Okay. We got Donnie Knox in the chat. Shout out Donnie. Donnie, drop your favorite. You don't need to drop your favorite team, but everybody else in the chat, drop your favorite teams or shout out the chat so we can get you drawn into this hoodie giveaway. I was trying to give one away last week. Nobody showed up, so drop a chat. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, and also subscribe to YouTube. We're trying to grow, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Also like and share so that all your friends can see us, start talking football. So some of the over-unders, we got Cam Newton over-under 173.5.
Under, slamming the under. I got my money where my mouth is tonight on the monkey knife fight prop. Pull that up on the bottom screen here, but I'm hammering the under there.
Okay, I'm gonna say under. I think they're gonna rely on the run. And I just think that's the game plan tonight.
Yep, I
Jared
agree.
Goff over under 257.5.
Oh man, I need to put some money on betonline.ag because that's a slam dunk over. I got him at 265 and I put $50 down on it. So yeah, 257 slam dunk.
Yeah,
Give it to me.
Give me the over. I'm gonna take that because I think the yardage is definitely gonna come. Passing touchdown. We'll see.
Jared Goff in 4 of his 5 last games has passed over 300 yards, so nowhere near that number. So yeah, give me over 257. Give me over 265. I'm feeling 275, 280 tonight. Jared Gopher.
Passing touchdowns, both quarterbacks, 1.5.
Ooh, Cam Newton under, and man, Jared Goff. I want to say the over, but I just feel like one of those random running backs, like a Malcolm Brown's going to find Pater. You know, he's going to find 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. When they get into the red zone, that really seems to be the direction that they go, as they really try to go run heavy. So I'm going to say the under for both. I'm going to say Goff gets 1 passing touchdown, all those yards, and a couple rushing touchdowns from the group.
I will agree.
All right.
And pass completions. Cam Newton 17.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the under.
I'll take the under as well.
Jared Goff 24.5. I'm gonna take the over because they love the screen game.
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna take the over there. And when Bill can clog up the middle, you know, the Rams have no mixed feelings about going vertical, about going straight pass all game. So yeah, I'll take that.
Rushing yards. Cam Akers 53.5.
Cam Akers 53.5. I'll take it.
I'll take over. I think he might get a nice workload, but I think he also could possibly break one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to say, too, for really both of these sides. I think that both running backs will probably stay in check, but both of them probably also get a couple of big games. Play. Yeah, a couple of big chunk plays that make their night.
Cam Newton, 41.5.
Over. All run.
Yeah, I'm going to say the over. Damian Harris, 56.5. I'm going to say the over. I feel like he's the lead
dog
in that back.
He's the dog. Yeah, give me the over on that as well. He leads the league in efficiency rating at the running back position with like 90.88 or something like that.
I liked him a lot at Alabama, and he was like playing with Bo Scarborough, and Scarborough was a higher prospect coming in, but Damian Harris just took over. Darrell Henderson 25.5. I'm gonna take the over on that.
25.5. Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling like Akers is gonna get less volume. Give me Henderson props for sure.
James White 10.5.
Rushing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take it. Give me the James White props tonight. I mean, Rex Burkhead is still out of this game. 1 carry for 12 yards is fully capable or fully possible for James White.
Yeah. Malcolm Brown, 14.5.
Yeah, give me the over there. Like I said, I'm low on Akers. Those props for Henderson and Malcolm Brown, I'm loving them. Give them to me. Malcolm Brown could hit that in the red zone from 25 for a touchdown. You know what I mean?
So, guys, I just want to say, sometimes we talk off screen about luck and stuff like that, and sometimes Justin talks about how stuff goes against him a lot, and he's going over the over on all these rushing. So at this point, I'm kind of expecting a 500-yard game from both teams. You know what I'm saying? Everything you're saying is completely right, but it's just I don't think
I'm not that confident in some of them. Like the Akers pick, I took the over, but I'm not that confident in it, right? Because again. He could have a 60-yard game. Henderson could have a 40-yard game. And Malcolm Brown could have a 30-yard game. And those are not impressive numbers at the end of the night, but they hit their numbers. They hit their props. You know what I mean? Like,
we're not trying to have the most fancy points. We're just trying to hit lines.
Right, exactly.
Sony Michel, 19.5. I'm say the under.
Yeah, like he's back. He's been getting a steady roll, but I feel like he gets checked out tonight. I feel like they really lean on Dame Harris because this is a really good run defense, and they're going to need the big dogs eating. So, yeah, give me Dame Harris and James White. I'm going to fade some Sony Michel tonight. I'm sure he'll make me eat my words.
Cam Akers, we're on receiving yards now.
Okay.
So, Cam Akers, 6.5.
Oh, under, none.
Give me that over.
Okay.
I think he could break like a screen.
Sure.
Cooper Kupp, 62.5. Guy's going to have like 1 billion yards.
I'm leaning Cooper Kupp over Robert Woods tonight. So, yes, I will take the Cooper Kupp prop.
I think Robert Woods is probably going to get the Gilmore matchup.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Woods has been just the most efficient.
He's been really good.
The most efficient player in the Rams offense, in my opinion, all year long. Like Cooper Kupp has had some weeks where he gets put away. That's just the facts of the matter. So I think they try to target Robert Woods tonight on defense, the Patriots, and I think it's a little bit more value and a little bit more upside for Cooper Kupp tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Patriots are all about keeping you in front of them. Not letting you beat them on the big plays. Yeah. That's just got Cooper Kupp written all over it.
Yeah, I agree. Damian Bird, 37.5.
I'll take the over. You're all on him.
Over, yeah. Darrell Henderson, 7.5.
Darrell Henderson, 7.5. Yeah. He's more of a scat back of those three.
Yeah, I would consider Malcolm Brown the power back,
Mhm.
if any of them. I'm gonna say the over because he could get that on one screen. I think they're gonna feature all of them in the passing and rushing game. So,
I think McVay's going to need to pull out all the tricks out of the bag to go up against Bill tonight.
yeah.
Good coaching matchup.
I love good coaching matchups, to be completely honest. Jacoby Myers, 44.5.
I'm gonna lean your way with the Demir Bird. I'm gonna say it's his night. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say under for Jacoby Myers.
Say under too. Yeah, I think he's gonna get the number one corner, which on the Rams.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Not great.
Or they're just gonna do zone and they can just move him around the entire yard.
Right.
So James White, 23.5.
James White. Yeah, over. What the hell? Give me the parlay for that. Like the parlay for the over on the yards for receiving and rushing.
Yeah.
And a touchdown. Fuck it. Take it to the Hizzy, y'all.
Game MVP.
No, I'm serious. Those James White numbers are low. Get to your books. Get on FanDuel. Get on DraftKings. Monkey Knife Fight. Whatever it is. You need to hammer some James White props. These numbers are way too low.
Josh Reynolds, receiving yards, 27.5.
I'll take the over. He's a sneaky play.
Yeah,
he's a sneaky play. Good defense. Might find some holes in the middle of the field while Kupp and Woods are getting tangled up. I like it.
Yeah, if there's any team besides the Cardinals that have like a fourth receiver featured, it's like the Rams because Josh Reynolds and then also sometimes you see Dan Jefferson being featured in. It's very interesting, very sneaky play. I mean, he's also gets some deep threat balls, so definitely look out for that.
Right on.
Malcolm Brown, 8.5. I'm gonna say 0.
I'm gonna say none. Yeah, I'm right there with Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown not getting any receiving yards.
N'Keal Harry, 20.5. I'm gonna say he gets 19.
Oh man, N'Keal Harry. So he's always a disappointment week in and week out. He gets fumbles.
I got his rookie card too, and I'm completely about to light it on fire.
We do that live on the show.
Yeah, we could. Absolutely.
Carter reveal.
I had so much hype for him coming in, and I was really excited about him going to the Patriots because Bill Belichick is a good coach. But what you have realized is that Bill Belichick cannot develop drafted wide receivers, and N'Keal Harry is the perfect example.
I forgot they're featuring Dante Moncrief tonight for the Patriots. You got any props on there? Dante Moncrief?
Absolutely not. You know who's also being featured? Gunner.
Orlovsky?
Yeah.
Orlovsky?
I'll take a prop on him.
1 for 38 and a touchdown last week. Pissing me off.
Robert Woods, 61.5.
I'm going to take the under. I think Robert Woods gets held in check tonight. I think it's a bad Rob Woods night. It's a trap game.
Okay. I'll take the over. You want to do
maybe dollar holler?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Tyler Higbee, 26.5.
Oh my God, the tight ends. No. Yeah. No, give me the over. It's like 32 yards, 2 catches. Yeah, give me the over.
Under.
Bastards. These tight ends for the Rams, they kill me.
On that too. Shit.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Van Jefferson, 18.5.
Under.
I'm gonna say over.
You can hit one, right?
All right. Now receptions. Cooper Kupp, 5.5.
Over. Slam it. Slam the Cooper Kupp props tonight, guys.
Demir Bird, 3.5.
Over. Slam the Demir Bird props.
Darrell Henderson, 1.5.
Over.
Jacoby Myers, 4.5.
Under.
James White, 3.5.
Over.
Josh Reynolds, 2.5.
Josh Reynolds, 2.5. Ooh,
I'll say under. I mean, he's going to 2.
I'll take the 3.
Malcolm Brown, 1.5.
Under.
N'Keal Harry, 2. Push.
Fuck. Push, yeah, 2. Ouch, N'Keal Harry. 2. Ouch, brother.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Robert Woods, 5.5.
Oh.
Under 4.
I feel like he can still hit 6 catches and not have a ton of yardage, but I'll take the under there. I think, like I said, I think you're right. Stephen Gilmore all night.
Tyler Higbee, 2.5.
Why do I have Gerald Everett on there? Yeah, I mean, yeah, give me the Tyler Higbee 3 catches. I said 2 for 32, but I'll take the 3 for 32. Fuck it.
I'll take the Van Jefferson 1.5.
Van Jefferson 1.5. Yeah, I'll take the 2.
I'll take the 2.
Sure.
And then that's it.
All right, cool. So we're just gonna recap really quick the Ravens and Cowboys game. You got that pulled up there. See that Lamar Jackson 4th and 2 for like a 37-yard touchdown run.
I did.
It's probably his best run of the year. I was screaming. I was running around, jumping up and down. I just told you I was chasing the points. I missed the playoffs by 24 points. Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown could have made that up for me in that game. I mean, they were rolling. Marquise Brown did have a receiving touchdown, which was nice. Probably had the greatest route that he ran all year long. Dropped or what was it? Tipped the ball for an interception in the beginning of the game, the first quarter. So yeah, the first half, me and Marquise Brown, we were not best friends. I was taking Twitter. I was letting my rage be known. Whoever posted that article or broke news about him gaining 23 pounds in the offseason can eat Salt Lake pizza. That's just how I feel about the situation. He had way too much hype. I bought into it. You bought into it. Everyone was
drank the juice.
Everyone was in on the Ravens hype this year. Well, they were projected literally to go 16-0. All sports books had them favored in every matchup, week 1 through 16.
Imagine how much money they freaking made on that.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh man, crazy. I don't know. Like
riding that hype train.
For me, it's just like they're doing like just enough to win. And
it was the Cowboys at the end of the day.
It's the Cowboys at the end of the day, and they don't have Dak. Like, imagine if they had Dak, and Dak was going for like 500 yards a game. It would just be like a completely different game.
It would have been.
I don't think the Ravens would have won that.
It would have been.
The defense is still horrible in Dallas, but it wasn't like they like overly attacked them. Lamar Jackson only had 107 yards, and I swear the safeties are the worst part of the defense.
The 107 passing yards.
107 passing yards.
Yeah, they were conservative though in the back end of that game. They were up. They didn't really have to attack like they were in the first half. But Lamar was getting done with his legs, and I guess that's just what I'll ask you. Like, are you ready to keep firing up Lamar in fantasy week in and week out now?
Hell no, he did not. These are not the performances that carried me to the championship last year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, you cannot. I'll take a 300-yard game over what he's doing just because like it's very half and half. It's not like he's throwing for 300 yards and getting not 94 yards rushing.
Right.
He's throwing for 100 yards and only rushing for 94 yards. Like it's sad how the offense is, and that's not something that I'm looking for to help lead me into the playoffs. I mean, I'll sit him for Justin Herbert, to be completely honest.
Oh yeah, well that's an easier one for me.
I have Justin Herbert on my team, but
that's an easier one for me, Justin Herbert. But what about like tonight, like a Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson?
Because Jared Goff's touchdown numbers are low, I'm going to say Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
But I could see. I don't know. It's just very disappointing what's happening in Baltimore, and Jackson's catching a lot of heat for it, but it's not him, man. Like he's carrying the team on their back. Every single win is on his back, and they just kept giving him so much heat in Baltimore. And it's just like, dude, look at the play calling. Like they're diving like 3 or 4 times in a drive, and it's just like, why? Like, why are you wasting it down like that? You have all this athletic ability on the outside and on the inside, and you refuse to use it. Like, I don't know.
Miles Boykin got a random touchdown. Is he just going to become a normal thing now? Because
no.
Des Bryant is saying that he potentially is going to leave. He's done for the year.
No, he's not. He also went back over that and said that he's not quitting. He's staying for the year.
Oh,
after he tested negative twice in a row. I kind of read into it because I saw it happen in real time, and then I saw everybody respond on Twitter. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I'm like, this is just a lot to happen to somebody who has come out publicly and said that he's suffering from anxiety and depression. And I'm not sure if he's completely overcome that yet. I hope he has. But he did say that he's going to finish out this year. It's just hard. There was so much going on. And as soon as that broke on ESPN, they literally played the video montage.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you could have scrapped that. You could have absolutely scrapped that. And,
do better at ESPN.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, but yeah, Baltimore, their offense, they have players that can do it. They're just play calling is just so vanilla. It's just not opening up what the weapons really can do.
Yeah, it's a tough ask for Lamar Jackson going forward. Who do they have this week? I mean, the matchups are right for the playoffs, I feel like. I mean, I went out and traded for him because
they're going against Cleveland.
Yeah, so it's a good matchup. And I mean, realistically, when I made that trade, I'm looking at that matchup hey, look at week 1. Lamar Jackson and company blew them up. There should be plenty of availability to run the ball on the ground, but if they got Denzel Ward coming back for Cleveland, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Lamar and company. If he's still out, there's definitely going to be some upside to start him this week. What I don't like is games on Sunday night or Monday Night Football?
Monday, yeah.
Monday Night Football versus your whole slate on Sunday. I feel like it might be like a situation where you make the switch literally mid Sunday. Where you might actually just see how your matchup's going, And if you're like well ahead, maybe you just ride with your Sunday guy. And if you're super desperate, maybe you pop in Lamar Jackson. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did, and it worked. But I also missed the playoffs. I also missed it by 20 some odd points. But I won my matchup, and I still needed to do that. If I didn't win the matchup, then shit.
you did the first part. You did what you could do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly, right?
For me, I don't think that this is the same Cleveland team that they're facing in week 1.
True.
Week 1 to week 4, we had said it's basically preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore came out and they just, it's a different type of football, to be completely honest. And I don't think Cleveland was really prepared. But Cleveland is riding high on, I believe it's 8-3 at this point, or 9-3,
mm-hmm.
and they're coming in wanting blood. I think they got a lot going for them. I think that the Baltimore Ravens are actually favorited right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Cleveland upsets them.
It's a good spot for some plus money. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the defense will be able to keep Lamar in check because
mm-hmm.
the play calling is just not opening up anything. It's so vanilla, and they're just depending on Lamar to react, and it's so frustrating because it's just like, okay, you would let him react like this.
Mm-hmm.
How long is this actually sustainable? Like 2 more years, 3 more years? He's taking a lot of damage because everything is on his back. And it's frustrating to me.
Well, yeah, all the play calls are focused around him. The RPO. I saw some pretty good RPO plays. I saw them running the veer there up against the Cowboys. It was looking pretty good. Lateral pitches. I don't hate it. But it's not producing positive ROI for fantasy. So I feel like you could have some better options on your team. Justin Herbert, that's a home run. They're going up against the Falcons. Justin Herbert's going to get right, coming off his 2 worst fantasy performances. I'm putting him to throw 3 touchdowns this week up against the Falcons defense. 50 passing attempts, 3 passing touchdowns, over 300 passing yards.
You talking about the Chargers?
Herbert. Yeah, talking about Herbert. That was alluding to your pick of him over Jackson. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused. Sorry about that.
All right, let's jump over to some of the injury updates. Right out of the gate, CMC out for week 14. Really sorry, guys. It really sucks because if you drafted CMC, you're probably not sitting there with a bye. You're probably clawing in if you're in the playoffs and you're worried about this situation. It doesn't look like he's going to be back this week. It was actually a quad injury that popped up like midweek. So that's something to follow. Not looking great. Are you firing up Mike Davis still up against the Broncos?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mike Davis is a great backup running back.
Mm-hmm.
He does the damn thing when he's in there. And the Denver Broncos, they are kind of riding high off of some good defensive games.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Davis has done a lot better against better defenses. So I'd fire him up.
Yeah, I'm firing up some Mike Davis in week 14 for sure. I think there's even more upside with him with just the COVID situation with Carolina. Like they had DJ Moore get dinged up. They were shutting down their facilities. So I think there's some – and Curtis Samuel I think got added to the list too. So I think there's going to be some real good upside for Mike Davis this week in week 14. Fire him up for sure. Josh Jacobs, got back to practice today. I was seeing reports early in the week that he just wasn't going to be in this matchup. They just were not expecting him to be there. I was telling you before the show, big matchup for the Raiders. Must win. They're going up against a division leader in the Colts. They're 8-4. The Raiders are 7-5. Big time for a win for the Raiders. They got one last week up against the Jets. That was a big one. But, man, you got to show up against the Colts. Are the Raiders playing at home?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so they're playing at home. It's a good spot for them. They're going to need Josh Jacobs. Without Josh Jacobs in this game, I really worry about the Raiders. I'm not starting up Devontae Booker up against the Colts.
Hell no.
No, thank you. If Josh Jacobs is there, I'm even saying to fade David Carr.
If Josh Jacobs is there, fade David Carr?
Derek Carr, sorry.
Derek Carr.
Older brother.
I would say if Josh Jacobs there, still play Derek Carr because, they still use the passing on offense, and Derek Carr has been very successful, to be completely honest. From
that matchup, I just don't love, man. Colts secondary is solid. Kenny Moore's been rocking it back there. Darius Leonard's rolling healthy. I don't love it. I don't love the spot in week 14. I feel like there's some better spots. I feel like there's some better options.
I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, Josh Kelly limited for the Chargers. Not really much there. Eckler's going to be taking the bulk of the work there. So, pretty much faded news at this point for Josh Kelly. First couple weeks were fun, sir, but been nothing much since then. Latavius Murray, he's limited this week. Could be a big blow-up week for Kamara if Murray is out. They've been using a good, healthy balance between the two. So Kamara owners, this should be something that you're looking at here. If Latavius Murray's out, it could be a very big week, and I think Kamara is going to be a very big play in DFS if Murray is out this week.
you know, it's also possible is, you know, when, you know, it's break for Kamara, they could just, you know, have Taysom Hill in there, just have him absolutely possible. He's a very versatile player.
Yep.
So I don't know. It could be a bigger rushing attack from Hill if Murray's out. I could see that absolutely happening too.
That's true. That's true. Taysom could just knob gobble everything, just eat it all up the middle. I could see that happening. Yeah. Taysom Hill is a third best quarterback in fantasy since he was a starter.
The types of games that he's having were the games that Lamar's having last year. That
True.
Made him the MVP. Like
True.
It's just the complete honest truth. So.
And there's something about the backup quarterback that's to be desired in New Orleans. Last year, Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0. Taysom Hill so far undefeated. Is it 3 now? 3-0?
I think that quarterback room, I think that quarterback room is one of the best in the NFL. Like anyone who comes out of there, that's like how everybody looked at like Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, the guys that are coming out of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Those guys actually hated each other, and like actually Sean Payton and Drew Brees are very good friends, and they use a lot of their knowledge, and Brees lets Payton have control of the team and just lets the new age come up because he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm like 40 years old, bro. Like my arm's falling off. Like let him go in. Let the young kid go in. Those are the guys that should be looked at the way Garoppolo was looked at, the way that Brissett was looked at. Those guys coming out of that room. That I think Jameis is going to be better, but he's not better than Taysom Hill. So
so you think Jameis comes out of that NFL quarterback room with the Saints a lot better off?
A lot better. He's got a long road ahead of him. But
does it earn him a job somewhere in
2021
like it did Teddy? I mean, Teddy obviously, you know, he was the Taysom Hill of this year, you know, going 5-0 last year. But does Jameis get himself a job next year?
I think so. I think his 1 year internship in NOLA will help him propel him to at least get a shot at a starting job,
sure.
and at least coaches will be able to see what happens. It might be a prove-it-year contract for him because you know they really want to see what he can bring. But I think that room helps create better players. And Taysom Hill is like the perfect product. Like he's like the brainchild that Payne was like, "Oh, I'm going to make you exactly what I want," and it ended up working out for him. So
yeah, I think
that's why he's worth $16 million, just being a third-string quarterback and whatever he wants to be.
Wide receiver, linebacker,
special teamer,
run down the field, exactly.
Punter, whatever. He probably gives water out too, like to everybody. You know, he's just the perfect player, and I'm glad to see it.
Perfect football player.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. AJ Brown did not practice 2 days in a row now, ankle injury. It's something to be worried about, in my opinion. Like most weeks, it's just rest, but he was actually taken out of that game, and then he came back with the ankle injury.
It was weird.
He came back and caught like 4 balls for 80-some-odd yards, but now he hasn't practiced since. I'm a little worried about it.
You know what? I think AJ Brown has that kind of respect in the Tennessee room where it's just like he's a gamer. You know,
but he's not like Hopkins to me. Like Hopkins, he hasn't practiced the past couple of days, but to me that's pure rest, right? Like you're not worried about starting Hopkins, but are you still ready to fire up AJ Brown?
I'd fire up AJ Brown. If he plays, I'm firing up. I mean, he's a dog in that room, and I saw that injury. I thought it was a non-contact ACL tear, just the way it looked. I was like, this sucks. Like I can't believe AJ Brown went down like that after a great play, and you know he comes back, has 4 catches, but I think he's gonna play. If he plays, I'm gonna start him.
All right, fair enough. Kenyon Drake was limited today with a hip injury. DeAndre Hopkins, back-to-back, did not practice for back and neck. Like I said, I'm not worried about Hopkins. I just said it. Kenyon Drake, pretty much the same thing. I think he's just getting the rest. I mean, he was injured. He was out a couple weeks. You know, he's had a really good, healthy role since returning. He's been really solid, like top 5 rusher in the NFL still, I believe. So yeah, he's been solid. Fire him up as long as he's healthy. Hopkins, not really worried whatsoever. But man, Dan Jones, he's back. They're firing him up. They're like, he's going to be good to go. He was limited today. You're on the Giants. They're your guys for the division. Are they going to win? Are they going to pull it out?
They are playing. Who are they playing?
It's a winnable game. Who are they playing?
I don't even know why I said. Oh, Arizona.
It's a winnable game.
Absolutely winnable.
It's a winnable game. They just beat Seattle. So, I mean, why can't they beat Arizona, right?
They are going to have to figure out how to protect him because they haven't been able to protect him to the point where he's not running for a 70-yard trip. And if they can figure out how to keep him like upright and not have him move too much to like really strain that hamstring, I think they can win. If they have him moving around, he's gonna be out on the first scramble. Like I feel that's absolutely possible. So
could be. They got Colt McCoy waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
I'm either way.
Magic.
Either way, I'm taking the Giants to cover here. They've been a sneaky cover the past couple of weeks, so I think they're like 8-4 on the year against the spread. So yeah, I'm going to take the Giants to cover. I'm not going to say to fire up Dan Jones in fantasy, but interesting piece of news, right? Already coming back. I think people were kind of expecting him to hightail it for the year, but they're in the fight for the division. So yeah, get some Dan Jones in there. I love it.
Yeah.
Mike Evans did not practice today with a hamstring. I think that's a little bit concerning for a late pop-up. They did get Godwin back. He had the pins out of his fingers removed yesterday. So if you saw that he missed practice yesterday, that was literally the only reason why, because he was getting pins taken out of his finger. So nothing really to worry about. He practiced in full today. But I think there is something to be of concern here for Mike Evans. They're going up against the Vikings. I don't think it's a game where they absolutely need him. I think it could be a potential game where he gets less volume. I might be looking to fade him this week. What do you think?
I think they're going to need him because I think the Vikings are better than what the Buccaneers have been expecting. I feel like the Buccaneers just like underestimate just about everybody, and they get surprised when they're close games or whatever. They're going to need him.
Where are they playing that game? Do we know?
Back up. Tampa.
I feel like it's in Minnesota. No, it's in Tampa.
Yeah, it's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
I feel like they just underestimate, and Minnesota's kind of been streak. I mean, did they win last week?
They're 6-6.
Yeah, so I think they're
second in the division.
I think they're going to be underestimated. I think they're going to shock them a little bit. So I'm gonna say they cover that game at least, possible upset.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I just feel like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they had the bye last week, right? And before that, saw a lot of the talk about Ron Jones needing to get a lot of run. Obviously, you have Godwin and Brown there. And I just feel like the secondary for the Vikings, it's still not great. There's just still nothing that great about them. The best thing that the Vikings have going is pounding the ball into the ground with Dalvin Cook. To me, that's the game plan. Let's play some keep away, from Tom Brady and company. Let's let Dalvin pound it into the ground. Alexander Madison's still not looking good. They got CJ Ham there. That's knob gobbling touchdowns from me. Yeah. I could have had another couple Dalvin Cook touchdowns this week too. That could have been a savior for me, for the playoffs. But whatever, is what it is. I think Tampa does cover, but I just don't feel like they absolutely have to have Evans in this one. So something to monitor for sitter starts. We'll kind of get to it later. Some options with Mike Evans. Let's see. Tyreek Hill was out yesterday with an illness. He is back today. He is practicing in full. So any concern there, you can wash that away, which is pretty solid because we keep seeing these Chiefs players get sick. Clyde Edwards-Helaire missed all last week for just being sick, and then they didn't play him at all. So it sucks. Julio,
they gotta not play Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill saw that shit. He's like, dog, I ain't missing Thursday. No. Give me that throat coat, bro. Give me that throat coat. Yeah. Get me right. Julio Jones did not practice today. If there was a week in 2020 that Julio Jones practiced, it wouldn't be 2020, right? So a pretty normal thing. I'm not really too worried about him. It's his hamstring issue. He was pretty much the similar situation last week in practice. Wound up getting 6 catches, 84 yards up against the Saints. So fire him up still as long as he's healthy. This next one, super disappointing. Antonio Gibson not practicing this week with the toe injury. Football team showed up without him. He only played 2 snaps in that game, but man, they need him. You could see in that game that they absolutely needed a difference maker. The Steelers really just let the football team stay in it. They could have punched one in at the 1. Football team comes up with a 4th and 1 turnover. They needed Gibson in that game. They barely won it. He's been just a big factor for them. I'm really concerned. Without him this week, I'm leaning on the 49ers, unfortunately.
Man, what a fall from grace to upset the Steelers and then be basically upset by the 49ers. They're in pretty bad shape.
They're just on the road, though, and the 49ers are just playing with a ton of pride.
What about the Alex Smith's revenge game?
Is it? He's not even going to San Francisco. They're going to Arizona. It's
true shit.
I just feel like it's a good matchup for the 49ers. The last game, they were holding the Bills in check for a good while until the Josh Allen floodgates opened.
Yeah.
And then it was all she wrote, right? I feel like in this game, 49ers, they can kind of keep it close enough to where they could pull one out. It's going to be a close game.
I think they can.
The 49ers?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a close game. 49ers have been playing with an edge, playing as a unit. Not a team you want to be going up against right now. So while Gibson, I've been loving him and banging the drum all year long, since July, since June, whatever you want to call it. Probably not going to be there for you this week. I'm very sorry because he was probably a guy that got you into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect spot for the bye week, though. If you got the bye in Gibson, all power to you. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. Guy I mentioned earlier, Irv Smith, big DFS play this week. Irv Smith for the Vikings. I think there's going to be some opportunity for him. Fire him up. I think he gets at least a touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, next guy on the list, not practicing this week with a foot injury. I think he left that game, actually, didn't he?
I have no clue.
I think he left that game with a foot injury, so not looking good for him. The receivers for the Jets are all banged up. Denzel Mims going to be out week 14. Perriman was limited. Crowder was limited today. Going up against the Seahawks, you were telling me you're propping up the Jets. It's another potential spot for an upset.
Look,
Fire up Crowder.
If Frank Gore is in, it's definitely an upset.
Okay.
So,
well, Frank Gore not practicing this week.
Well, he said. You said it should be good for.
He should be good. He is. It's concussion protocol. The Jets and Gase are saying that he should be good, but he's not practicing. So
still giving the upset. Ty Johnson and Josh Adams are going to run, and I think
all over him.
I think Russ and Greg Williams is no longer there. So I mean, he's apparently one of the best defensive minds, but we all know how that worked out.
Blitz on fourth down and the game.
I think there might be a competent person calling the defensive calls. So I think that it's gonna be a different look for Seattle and Russ. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, the Jets actually know what they're doing. Like what's going on? It's because sometimes it seems like Russ isn't able to work through the defense. Sometimes he just gets stymied, and it's just like, bro, you're Mr. Unlimited. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is self-proclaimed Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, exactly. And like, if you want to self-proclaim yourself, you got to beat those teams that are just like, we're expecting you to throw 300 yards, and you don't. You throw like 150, and we're like, dude, how does this happen? Like, no one saw this coming. Everybody had DK and you stacked, or Tyler and you, and you didn't do anything. So I don't know. I think this is a perfect setup for an upset, to be completely honest, for the Jets.
So you're starting Crowder no matter what. I mean, these receivers
Crowder,
they're banged up.
Yeah, Crowder. I'm gonna start Crowder. I think that he is going to get some diet, and get some receptions.
You know who's getting the touchdown though for the Jets this week? You know who it is.
Who?
If all these receivers are banged up, what receiver is coming down with a touchdown for the Jets?
Braxton Berrios.
Braxton Berrios. Give me the Braxton Berrios props in week 14. I'm telling you, 14-team, 16-team leagues, really deep spots. If you're hurting, if your guys are banged up, you're expecting somebody to come back from injury or somebody just popped up, make a dollar holler on a Braxton Berrios. Call me crazy. Say what you want. I've done this before. I've done this before. Braxton Berrios weeks. If these receivers are hurt, if they're not looking good on Sunday, I'm firing up some Braxton Berrios. Give it to me. At least some props. How about Brandon Cooks? They say this dude does not have a concussion. I disagree. Did you see him get hit on Sunday?
I did not see him get hit.
He got taken out of the game. His eyes were going all over the place, Nick. You can look it up later on Twitter or whatever, but his eyes were everywhere, all over the place. Looked like Adam Gase in a presser, all right? Not good. The man had a concussion. They're saying he didn't. I don't believe it because I also haven't seen like any news on this whatsoever. I had to like dig into this, like find some Houston-based news.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man,
I wasn't seeing it on Fantasy Pros, NFL Roto, nothing. Like, where's this Brandon Cooks info at? Because this dude got fucked up. They had, Isaiah Coulter in there? Who was the other random receiver? Hansen or somebody?
Chad Hansen.
Yeah, Chad Hansen started going off for catches. Like, what the hell? I mean, Kiki Kute did Kiki Kute things, all that we expected here at the Hizzy, right? Mm-hmm. But Brandon Cooks, is it limited or is he out? I can't see it from here.
Limited.
So he's limited. I don't know how. I just put brain there for his injury because if he's not in concussion protocol and he was taken out and he's limited because he was hit so damn hard, what else do I put there other than brain? Brain. I don't want Brandon Cooks this week. I don't know. Thank you. They're going up against the Bears. They're going up against the Bears, wide receiver graveyard, if you will. I'll fire up Kiki Kute because maybe there's some space in the middle of the field. I feel like Isaiah Coulter is more of like a possession guy that you can throw up on the outside, an X and Y guy. So I'll take some Kiki Kute, and that's it. That's it. Fade Brandon Cooks in week 14. Sorry, not doing it. Limited for quote unquote concussion pull. No, thank you. I don't want to see those effects. Chase Claypool, sick. Out of practice today. Not cool, Chase Claypool. Get better. Get right. They're going to need you. Going up against the Bills. Big matchup on Sunday night. We're going to preview that one at the end of the show. We're looking forward to it. Get right, Chase Claypool. Get right. Hopefully he's back in practice tomorrow. Follow that. Zeke Elliott, limited. They played on Tuesday. Don't look into it. Don't worry about it. It's a great matchup up against the Bengals. We're not like, big Zeke drum bangers over here. He's been up and down all year, mostly down. But it's a really good matchup. It's week 14. If you're in the playoffs, you got to start him. You are not sitting Zeke this week. Don't get cute with it. It's a great matchup. Andy Dalton, revenge spot. Fire up Zeke. Kenny Galladay, not practicing, unlikely to be there. Sorry. Apparently the only week he wanted to play, it was a week that he could have put up points against me. You're going to probably wind up finishing last in the touchdown race if Mike Thomas can't close it out for me, and I'll probably lose to Kenny Galladay in that. I still can't believe that. Running backs for the Dolphins, Salvin Ahmed still not practicing. DeAndre Washington practicing at a limited basis. Going to be the Myles Gaskin show, right? Mm-hmm. Who are they going up against this week? Dolphins, Kansas City. Expect a lot of Gaskins catches this week. Give me the Gaskins props.
Yeah.
Did you guys just bite our show name? I don't know. Who the hell is this guy? I don't know. Stephen Howard thinks we stole a show. I got it copyrighted, bruh. Come at me for the trademark. Just so you know. I got that locked up, bruh. That's right. Take it to the Hizzy LLC in the house.
It's right over there.
Yeah. We can show you. Popped your show. Not in the great state of Maryland. I did the trademark search.
There you go.
Don't front, bro.
Don't come at me.
Jerry Jeudy practicing in full with a potential ankle injury. Looks like he's fine. Are you firing him up this week? Broncos are going up against the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna say no. I don't like it. Carolina secondary has been pretty decent.
I think I'm playing him over Laviska, but if Laviska is actually playing, I'm probably gonna play Laviska over Jeudy because I don't know, man. He's up and down, and I feel like this is gonna be a down week, and I'm gonna have to pass on him this week probably. But if Laviska doesn't play, I'm gonna have to play him because I don't have anybody. So.
This guy's got 9 episodes. This is Take It to the Hizzy number 80. 80. So
sorry.
See who copped who, bro. Sorry. Next up, we got Todd Gurley limited this week. I'm not trying to start Todd Gurley any week, to be perfectly honest with you.
I have to.
You have to. You just gotta.
Yeah, he's in there. If he plays, I'm gonna play him. It's either that or Frank Gore, and I can't do it. So
I'm gonna say I gotta fade him. I mean, in deeper leagues like in ours, like 14 team, that is pretty tough. That's pretty rough. You probably got to fire him up, but I don't love it. I mean, it's a good matchup up against the Chargers, but I just feel like the Falcons, they don't trust any of their running backs. We got Jared Goff and company coming under the start of the game. Higbee off to the races, trying to crank up those props for me, Higbee. I love it, brother. Man. I love it. Rams already moving the ball. Let's go. Let's hit them props. 14-48. Let's go. First play of the game. Good stuff. Nice little play action, rollout. Had both the tight ends open. I like it. Good start. All right, last one up. Jonnu Smith limited. That was yesterday. Probably want to get a news update since the start of the show. We don't have it. So follow Jonnu Smith into this week. I'm not really with the Anthony Ferkser stuff.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's the Derrick Henry show there and A.J. Brown. So Corey Davis is coming on. I'm very proud of Corey Davis.
Corey Davis is a lock for me every week. Always start Corey Davis.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
It's 2020. I know that's odd to say start Corey Davis every week in and week out, but he's been solid this year. I can't fade him right now.
Yeah, Jonnu, when he's in, I mean, he does have a relationship with Tannehill where it's actually productive. Ferkser, he's there. It's kind of like a lottery ticket. Like sometimes he's going to hit big, but it's kind of far and in between because there's other guys in that offense that the ball is supposed to go to. Ferkser is definitely a safety valve.
Absolutely. We got was it Akers? Akers on first down, going for a big run already. Oh my God!
Prop hit.
No, not yet. Not yet. But that was a great run.
Wow.
That was a great run. Akers going to make me eat one. Goff, 1 for 25 already. That's solid. Akers probably 1 for 25 after that one. Great blocking up front, being able to push outside. I love it. It's a great run.
It's good.
That was a great run.
Probably won't happen again.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, he's absolutely going to hit his prop now for sure.
Oh, yeah. That was a big run. That was like 20-something yards.
It was a big one. Let's see. We got the Rams here in the red zone at the 10-yard line. 5 on the clock. We got Woods in motion here. Running up the middle. Probably Malcolm Brown now. Push back. Akers again, yeah. Akers getting the rack. All right, let's jump over to some of the recent news. We got the Jalen Hurts coming in as a starter this week. I mentioned that he's actually rated higher than Jared Goff.
That's not right.
Quarterback 21 on Fantasy Pros. Jared Goff 22.
I was going to say ESPN because he's been sucking at rankings lately. But Jalen Hurts, he gives a different look.
That's it.
But that's it. And I think what they're trying to do is see what they have with him because it's probably, we're week 14, 13. The last couple weeks, Wentz's confidence is shot. They're investing a lot of money in him. They're probably looking to move him. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But
can they? And we talk about the voodoo magic and the cap space in the NFL. Like, is it real? You know, like.
But who wants to pay that amount of money for this poor performance? Like, that's the big question. And
I don't know. The Bears paid Foles a lot of money.
Not this kind of money.
No, not this kind of money.
I don't know. I'm not worried about the cap space per se. It's more like whose contract are they going to swap with, or what team is willing to take on that contract for, maybe just a pick or something like that. I don't know. It's just interesting to think about. But right now, I mean, it's kind of weird that we're even talking about Wentz.
Gonna come just short of the goal line.
Dang.
What do you do right here? You just take your points. It's a damn good drive. But I feel like you're at home. You just take the 3.
Run with Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown. Yeah, he does not get it.
Wow.
Good snuff there by the Patriots at the 1 though. Having the presence of mind, getting down on Cup. Let's see, was anyone else open? Not really. That was the spot to put it.
McVay told him to do that.
Here we go, 4th and goal. Let's eat.
Is that Malcolm Brown in the back? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. What do you call him? Power eye right here. Oh! Goff going up top. He gets it.
Nice.
Goff to the 2nd level. Thomas Brady fashion.
Jeez.
Letting the lineman spike it. Let's go. Lineman spikes. I love it.
I never got a lineman spike. I had a lot of touchdowns.
Well, that was high school. They're never going to let you have one. Unbelievable. They got to do it for the highlight tape. Goff takes one in, 1-yard rush. And there it is. No passing touchdown, like we said.
Yeah.
Like we said. That's just going to happen.
Looking at the passing. So
Jalen Hurts in that game, he was like, they were like both 5 for 12, 6 for 12. Hurts had a touchdown and a pick, but to me, it was just, again, like the different look. Like, it was the backup quarterback. Packers already had it wrapped. I'm not excited about Jalen Hurts up against the Saints. Miles Sanders says he's excited to run the RPO. I don't think you should be, bro. I think you want a quarterback in there that can dump it off to you, give you screens. And Jalen Hurts, I don't know if that's going to be that guy. Can he extend the play? Sure. Like outside of the pocket? Yeah. He's going to have to because their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, I was about to say, it ain't going to help who's back there if the offensive line can't keep them upright. Aaron Rodgers was sacked twice in that game. Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts combined for 7.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yikes.
You can't do anything with that. And they're running for their lives back there and basically ruining the angles that a 3-step and a 5-step drop are supposed to give. And when you're constantly having to improvise at the NFL level, it's not successful unless you're like a really special player. And even like Mike Vick and Rendell Cunningham, the ones that were able to roll out every single time and had the speed to get to the outside, they were figured out in a way, and they couldn't just run all over the league. So, I mean, they're really just trying to see what they have behind Wentz and see if, maybe they could flip him. I mean, they got to put tape for Jalen Hurts anyway. So, I mean, they could try and flip him. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but, they got to see what they really have and if he can handle an NFL game. I'm
just trying to think of some places where Wentz could end up here. And we got some other quarterback talk here, some potential trade banter. Yeah, well, Jacksonville, they're going to have the pick. Does Jacksonville, if because they're right there with the Jets, it's Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence territory. Do you go that route, or do you try to take someone who's established in this league, like a Wentz, or who we're going to get to in a bit, like a Minshew?
It would be like an absolute Jaguars move to take Wentz, who was benched in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would want, if I was in Jacksonville and I had just fired. I think they just fired their GM, and if I was a new GM coming in, I would want someone that I chose and someone not that has shown that it can struggle in the NFL.
Well, and if you're a GM too, I think like the easiest thing to do, like to make your statement, build on that legacy. Let me go hit a home run on a draft pick.
Yeah.
Ryan Pace, he tried to do that, struck out. He struck out. He's on the bench. And grab some pine, Pace. I don't know who their new GM is, to be honest with you, but they'll have an opportunity to essentially hit a home run. Like,
oh no, they haven't figured it out.
Okay,
I just let them go.
Gotcha, understood. Whoever's there, they'll have an opportunity to hit a home run on one of those guys, and I think that's what you do with a new culture, new team. Probably gonna have a new head coach. Don't think Marone will be back. So.
No way.
Yeah, but with the Eagles this week, I'm not excited about Miles Sanders. I'm not excited about the receivers. Dallas Goedert, no. Zach Ertz.
No.
Can you start him?
No.
I feel like Dallas Goedert is. It's hard to say, but he might be the only guy there that you feel comfortable starting. He had steady volume last week. Didn't he have 9 targets, 7 catches, something like that? Or was it 5 and 9? Which was it?
Who? Goddard.
Goddard, yeah.
7 for 5 for 66.
So 5 catches for 7 targets. It's not bad. Was he the leader?
In targets and receptions.
Yeah. He's the guy that just has been the most consistent there as a receiver. Did Cam just pray before that snap?
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm pretty sure he just prayed.
I'm 100% sure he did.
It's a handoff for sure then. What the hell? He just said grace before the snap. Close his eyes, said a prayer for Dame Harris. This one's going to the house for y'all.
What if like, because they're talking about running the RPO, what if like the Eagles become like what the Patriots are right now, like not having like 100 yards passing, and like it's kind of interesting.
It's not going to work with their offensive line. Who did they have? This Awonu guy who's got like the second highest rating as a tackle for the Patriots. Like they have 71. They have a really good line so far, and they're able to run this offense because of that. They're leveraging what they're good at to move the chains. Because it's not receivers, it ain't tight ends. Got a lot of good running backs. Man, that pass needs to be so much crisper. Do you see the loft on that to Harris? That is giving the Rams, and not just the Rams, but defenses in general, so much more time to just make the play. Like,
I mean, he had to throw it over somebody.
And sometimes that ball's taking even longer to get there. It's like a lob, Like, Cam, you got to get in there crisp, man. You got to get it to these guys faster. Like, that's why the offense runs better with Brady, honestly. Like, it's not because he can also hit guys downfield. It's because he hits those screen passes so cleanly and crisply. Just gets the ball to his playmakers, in an efficient manner. Let's see what Cam does here. It's 3rd and 8. You guys probably already have what happened here. So we got 3, 2, 1. Set hut. Oh, clock it? No. Looks like delay game to me. Cam, bad throw. That was a bad throw. We saw it from the release. That was not good.
I was about to say, I really don't like his release, and I feel like he tried to drill that one in and not use his natural form.
And drilling that in there, no matter what, he was coming short of a first. He was going to be short of the first no matter what because it was a bullet. He wasn't going to be able to catch that in motion.
Was Ramsey? Did Bird get the Ramsey? Nope.
No.
Bird got the second guy.
Yeah, Hill, who's been actually pretty decent recently. Mm-hmm. You got to respect the Rams secondary. They've been just the Rams defense in general, up front and in the back. They've been solid. You got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, that's going to prop up some upside, right? Mm-hmm. Chat, shout out your favorite teams. Drop a chat. Let's go. I'm trying to give away a hoodie tonight. Donnie's going to hit a home run with this hoodie giveaway tonight. 1 for 1. Yeah, I don't love the Eagles this week. I'm fading all the receivers. I will fire up Dallas Goedert. He's the guy that I trust there. Miles Sanders, I'm sorry. I'm saying to sit him in week 14. He's probably like a top 10 ranked running back. But usually when you put in a mobile running back with your running back, it props up your running back value. I don't see it this week, though. I just don't see Hurts being the answer. I honestly think we could see Wentz in this game still. Second half, second quarter even. You're feeding him to the wolves with the Saints.
I think it's just like I feel like it's a desperation play.
It is.
And,
It is.
They're just trying to like get some positive news. Oh, the second round, quarterbacks coming in for what was supposed to be the star who has struggled, and I don't know. It's just headline grabbing. It feels like, and really, it's just going to be the Saints doing what Saints always do and just dominate that game. And the Eagles, they might have a different look, and the Saints might fail on a few plays, but I cannot see Philadelphia actually being successful against the Saints.
I don't see it this week. Honestly, I don't have it here. I was going to say the team total points. I don't put them over 17 or 14, to be honest with you. The Eagles.
Yeah, correct.
I think 10 could potentially be the push. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm not loving them there. Drew Brees coming back potentially week 15.
Do you just rest into the
I think so. I think so.
Playoffs? Why?
I think this team looks plenty fine with Taysom Hill at the helm. They're going to the playoffs already. But what's the division looking like? I know that the Bucks are 7-5, but yeah, they're 10-2. Saints.
Why?
Ride out Taysom to the playoffs. Bring Brees back when he's 120% healthy. You got a chance to make the run here. And we've just seen, like we've already talked about this episode, about the success of these backup quarterbacks for the Saints. Like, why risk it? Why risk it? Even if they lost out, what are they going to be? 10-6?
Yeah.
10-6 if you lose out, and you're still probably going to win the division. Like, yeah. I don't see them losing out. We just said they're going to smash the Eagles.
Yeah.
11-5 at worst. I don't know the rest of their schedule, but I'm feeling like the Saints don't need Brees for the regular season. Maybe some of you folks in fantasy are disagreeing with me because you need Brees back.
Screw that. If I was Peyton, I would run Hill to the ground. Philadelphia, and then you got Kansas City,
Win.
You got Minnesota, and then you got Carolina. Screw it. Just run it.
So Kansas City, yeah, like, you know what? Like, you may not win that game regardless. You may not win that game with Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. So why throw Brees back to the fire up against the Chiefs? Like, what's the point? Like, do they really want home field that bad? They're going to be competing with Green Bay. They're a game ahead of Green Bay for home field. Is it that big a deal for you guys? Maybe. Has it mattered in the years past? No, not in the NFC Championship game. Hasn't mattered, right? I feel like that's where they're destined to lose again. It's going to be up against the Packers.
Look how patient he is when he runs behind his blockers. That's very impressive.
Man, it sucks that it just took Cam Akers so long to come along, or really that it took so long for Sean McVay to bring him along.
Give him chances
to bring him along, yeah.
And he's going against a strong New England defense. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I was right on my first instinct. I should have just stayed with what I told the audience, say Cam Akers all day because he's crushing right now. Coming into this game, I still didn't love it. And to me, realistically, it's just what McVay has shown us all year, right? Yeah.
Like when his guys get hurt, he doesn't throttle them. Cam Akers, the injury just couldn't have been as bad as we thought it was. The not practicing Monday was probably the biggest factor for me. I still like the Wayne Gallman pick over him. I still like that. They didn't use Cam Akers at the 1. That was disappointing. And even when they ran the play at the 1, Akers wasn't on the field as well. That's not the fantasy upside that you want.
That's true. You want the touchdown.
Right, obviously. With the Giants, they could be a similar situation, right? With Alfred Morris. Yep. But I'm betting Gallman gets a touchdown this week. He's a guy that you could hit 2 this week, to be perfectly honest with you.
I hope Gallman makes some money after this because if I was him, I would not, I don't know what kind of contract he's on, but I wouldn't want to be sitting behind Saquon Barkley.
Gopher.
When I know for a fact that I can run against NFL defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he can make some serious money if he goes to a team that's looking for a running back. That isn't like a top tier, but a great start for a running back, and maybe you can put that salary elsewhere on the team and get a more elite player elsewhere.
Oh yeah, he would be a great fit in San Francisco, Wayne Gallman.
Oh man,
he'd be hitting home runs all day.
300 yards.
He'd be hitting home runs all day. Bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Looks like they're going pass heavy here. No one in the backfield with Goff. Got 8 seconds on the clock. Said Hutt. Screen play to Woods. Not getting any yardage. Getting blown up. We are going backwards, the Rams. Rams moved back beyond the 50-yard line. We're bringing up 3rd down. Jared Goff so far 2 for 3 for probably now 25 yards after that negative gain. Quick snap by Goff and the Rams. Going not deep, but getting the 1st down. Getting to Woods, getting that 1st down.
Man, Wood needs to watch Travis Kelce do that kind of route.
That pirouette? Yeah. Or watch some Lamar Jackson tape whenever they hit the ball.
because he lost yardage on that.
He could have had. He just lost some time. Like if he
Yeah.
had pirouetted better, if he had made that turn better, he could have got a couple more yards. You know, because they weren't collapsing on him right away.
And that's why Travis Kelce's 99 in Madden and not Robert Woods.
He's got those dance moves.
90, though.
He's got those midfield dance moves. Yeah, they're really flooring the first downs here for the Rams on the comparisons. Let's see, run play to Akers. Man, they are hitting outside really easily. Akers getting inside the 30-yard line, first down for the Rams. It's another good run, man. Akers is looking really good.
I'm really proud of him.
This is exactly what we wanted week 1. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. It's just it was really unfair that we had to wait so long.
Yeah.
They could have grabbed a couple more wins, to be perfectly honest with you. They were struggling early on.
Yeah. I mean,
see, we got 1st and 10 here. Another run to Akers. Nope, play action. Got me faked out. Goff's going to ground it because he should have handed it off. But he didn't see it coming. No worries.
The pace that they're setting right now is almost like Derrick Henry pace.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having Derrick Henry production right now. Like, it's not like he's blasting people. It's just like they're just really pushing.
The O-line is looking real good. The O-line is looking real good. We got a flag on the play. I overthrew the flag. Sorry. I just hit the camera instead of the front of it. Bad flag throw. Who we got it here? Who's the flag on? McVay, cover your face. Intentional grounding.
Smart.
On the Rams. We're moving it back. Move the ball back. Penalty on Jared Gopher. That's all right. More yards to gain down the field.
More yards for Cam Akers to get the way they've been playing.
That's true. Intentional grounding, Jared Gopher. That's a grounding. Didn't really see anybody open.
Change the arm angle.
We got 2nd and 20 here. 16 under center. 82 rushing yards, most in first quarter of the season.
Man, they're liking that bunch formation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're leading to the run. I don't love that though. I don't love that play call.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get your tight ends involved on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just get like nice little 6 to 8 yarder to your tight ends. I don't like that setup. What are we bringing up now? 3rd and 17. You better have something for this. 3rd and 18. You got to have something.
Oh my gosh.
So they went into this play call probably with 2 plays ready, right? Like we're gonna run and then we're gonna do this exact call. Goff didn't have the time there, and Cam Akers hits the prop.
Nice.
Hits the receiving prop, cashing the tickets. Let's go, Cam Akers. Getting Goff some passing yards. I love it. Finished with 100 this quarter, Goff. No big deal. Oh, it was 40 after that throw? Damn. Thought he had more than that. No, they're punting it.
Oh.
They're at the 45 or something like that. Oh, no, field goal. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I thought they were farther out. Matt Gay got a 35-yard field goal attempt. Rams trying to go up 10-love. Got it. Nailed it. And the Rams are up 10-0. Good. Oh, flag on the play. Flag on the play. Patriots. Keep the drive alive. Hit the over. It's actually not a bad start for the over. We're already at 10 points. Total's 43. Not even through the first. What do we got here? This is the downside of not listening to the games, but it's because we're trying to talk to y'all, give you the value here. See if this guy popped back into the chat. Did you guys steal my name? Yeah, bro. I saw your name for your 7-episode show, and then
I was like, dude, I'm taking it. It's my name. Wait.
Yeah. When he got a flag, the very next day.
We got a cricket in the back. We just put steam and shit on stuff. Unbelievable! I can't believe that popped up.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all fun. Everybody's trying to make it right. It's all fun. Hop on to Twitter. We'll see you on there. Hop in the follow trains. We'll get you some followers to your Take It to the House show.
Oh man!
Don't steal my logo.
So Andy Dalton is playing Cincinnati this week.
Revenge.
I don't see it.
My name is Andy Dalton. You fired me. Prepare to die.
I mean, I have a lot of stock in the Dallas offense just because I had Amari Cooper, Dak, Ezekiel just spread out across my teams, and man, like even with Joe Burrow out,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard to believe in the Cowboys offense because it's just been like so in and out. And
Mm-hmm. But
maybe their defense can make that one last stop. Like that's where I kind of see it, but I don't see Dalton like lighting it up. There's no way. He's not a top tier quarterback. He's not even like above average. He's just average, I feel. And I feel like it's just gonna be meh.
I think Dalton's gonna have a good game. I think he gets 2 passing touchdowns. I think he gets 250 passing yards.
I don't know.
It's the Bengals. They haven't been good.
They haven't been good, but I mean, shoot, I just don't see Dalton putting it together, having a game to put it together like that. And I don't know that Dallas has been. I can't believe I made the playoffs with how bad Dallas has been and how like much stock I have in them. I'm kind of surprised I made the playoffs. But,
well, you got Zeke and Cooper. Those are the guys to have in this situation.
But
they're the ones. They're the true ones, no matter what.
Yes, but it's been like barely. Like I kind of wish I like spread out, across more teams. I don't know. I just even in these games, it's the playoffs. Like I gotta have these games where these guys get like 15 to 20 points.
This is a spot.
8 to 10 points.
This is a spot. I'd be feeling good about Amari Cooper.
I'd rather be like this.
Bad team, good player.
True, absolutely true. I wrote an article on it. It was great. Check it out. It's a great article. But I'd rather be like this where I'm like, man, like I'm not really sure, and then they exploded like, I'm glad that it worked out this way. So like, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. And then when it doesn't happen, you're like, oh my gosh, like I have my entire team on it. I don't know.
Jake Driscoll just checked into the chat. He was blowing me up, calling out the sabotage that is the Wayne Gallman over Akers pick. You haven't been here all that long, Jake, but I've been standing my ground. All right. Why didn't they give Akers the touch at the 1, man? He's been eating. He's been cleaning up for him. They should have gave it to him at the 1. Didn't even have him on the field, and they gave it to Goff. So just one of the potential reasons not to have him in the lineup this week. But I was leaning on the injury talk. McVay being conservative with him. We've already talked about this, good and plenty here. But I'm still standing on the Gallman position. I think he's going to do well for you this week. He says, no worries. I don't think the Pets will let Akers run all over. He's off to a good start.
55 yards.
He's hit his props. So he's made people money. Yeah. It's a good start for the Rams number so far as fantasy goes. I mean, I think we need to get some more Cup and some Woods rolling in this game, but I think they're going to come. We just need the Patriots to put up some numbers here.
What I say at the beginning of the show, if the Rams come out, on top, guns blazing, they're going to be forced to pass. And, they run here, but
2nd and 4.
Yeah, how can they?
It's the trudge. Giving it to James White too. James White props. Let's go. I told you, James White props tonight, guys. All over them. Let's see. First 2 games, 2 and 5. Why did they? I don't know why they're having those 2 players up there. But last 5 games, 4 and 1 for the Patriots. Yeah, they've won 2 in a row. They've looked good. Cam post COVID has been solid.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. See that he's recovered and started doing well with play because he was struggling for a minute.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 2 here. I'm thinking RPO. I mean, we got to get a run to Cam. Nope, they're not feeling it. I don't like this. Oh, I did not like that. You gotta get more creative here, the Patriots. I mean, come on, use your strengths here. Like Cam's been a dog for you guys. I don't think they've let him try to run it once, have they? Does he have a rushing attempt? Do we have that? I don't think they've fed him the ball whatsoever. He's the guy that's getting it done in these last 5 weeks for him. As a defensive lineman gets a hand up on Cam. This is not good for the Patriots, man. They're about to pack it in here. Rams go up 17-0. It's over, baby. Come on now.
Nope.
Probably set sail to my props, too, if the Rams go up big. I need the Patriots to do something here. Come on, the Pats. Let's do stuff.
Oh, that was almost a block.
That would have been okay with me. All right, it was a damn good kick there, letting the punter develop there for the Patriots.
Did you see that Matthew Slater, the gunner, with the Tark visor as a gunner?
Let's go.
He's solid, man.
I'm all about that attitude. That's a tip ball, by the way. That's a tip ball by the defender on the punt.
That's a great punt.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Develop the punter. Let's go. Fire up punters. you're in the chat, drop your favorite teams. Giving away hoodie tonight, guys. Let's go.
Did you see the episode where Pat was like, I actually have a very serious system on how we can include punters on fantasy and
Okay.
the scoring system. And I forgot what the scoring system was, but it was like, touchback or within the 20, you get a sliding scale, 1 through 5 or whatever.
It's the same thing as kickers. It's the same thing as kickers, and the problem's going to be is the same thing with kickers. You never know what you're going to get every week. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get. Sure, there will be guys that, when you evaluate the stats, you'll be able to differentiate like the top 5 versus the bottom 5, like you can with kickers. Like that Young Hoo Koo is a guy to have this year, right? And you know that even Cairo Santos for the Bears, he's a guy to have. He's been getting it done. Field goals. But then you look at who's the kicker for the Chiefs?
Harrison Buckner.
Yeah, so he has games like this last game. He had a crazy game where he went off, right?
It was like 17 points.
But he's not a guy to own every week because they just score touchdowns.
What about Brandon McManus?
Not a guy to own every week because the Denver Broncos sometimes just pack it in.
Yeah.
You don't know. Great kicker.
Or they're going for 2. Great kicker, but the team's bad. And that's the thing. It's okay, well, teams that are bad should have good kickers because they're always kicking field goals and not scoring touchdowns. Sometimes they're too bad to not be in the rain all the time.
Listen, fantasy's hard enough to predict, the weather. Adding kickers into it is just a mind blow. Just don't bother with it. Fade the kicker, ban the kicker, use whatever euphemism you want. Get them out of your fantasy leagues. I'm sorry, they don't serve a overwhelming purpose in fantasy other than the player you're going to use your last draft pick in the draft on. That's it. That's the second to last pick. If you're getting sharp, if you're taking it to the Hizzy, if you're telling if you're in a kicker league, you better use your second to last pick instead of your last pick. Because those guys aren't going to matter anyways, right? So if that's where the kickers are getting drafted every single year, how important could they be to fantasy?
Sure should.
Especially just draft strategy. If you're just trying to make your league more competitive, give another spot for a flyer. You're always saying take a rookie flyer, pick one, fly on them, right? Well, that's another spot you don't have to worry about, a kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see people not even drafting kickers. I won what is it? I won a week this year with no defense. I've seen Jake Seeley, Jake Seeley, shout out to him on Twitter. He's always winning leagues without kickers every year. I mean, he's on a little bit of a different level than us, but he literally wins leagues without kickers at all. Goff, play action, delivers. Oh, that could have been huge for the Patriots. I think that's Reynolds. You got to come down with that, Reynolds. I need that one. It's a clean ball. I mean, it's a really good pass, actually. Good play action. They bite on it a little bit. It opens up. You got to clean.
That was a good play.
You have to collect that, Josh Reynolds. We're counting on you. Come on now.
That was a good read by Jared Goff. Waiting for the route to develop.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Gerald Everett, nice little gainer, bringing up a nice 3rd and short. The Rams have the game plan tonight. They're with it. Patriots, not so much. You smelling a second half burner here by the Patriots? We got a comeback in the works or no?
With them, you never know. Man.
I mean, you never know with Bill. Bill's going to bill. He's going to bill out. They don't have the weapons, in my opinion, to make big runs like that, though. If the Rams go up here 17-0, I mean, they can pack it in pretty much.
Good stop. Oh, still got forward.
Did it? I was going to say, you got first down, right?
Oh.
I think they're going to spot that as a first.
Yeah, where he's lying.
I think they gave him a real good spot, actually.
I think they did, too, but good stop here.
Who's that, Bentley?
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Solid linebacker. We were talking up. Actually, let's go on to the Joe Mixon. They're talking about bringing Joe Mixon back this year. Why? They just sent Jonah Williams to the IR again. Did you hear that?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jonah Williams back to the IR. Guy can't catch a break.
Jeez.
At least he got to play 12 games first.
Yeah.
He got some good experience in league, built up the line a little bit, but no Burrow, no Mixon. Do not bring him back. There's no reason to. We got Henderson carries on 1st and 10. Flag on the play.
The one thing I noticed about that hit between Akers and Bentley, that you see that piece on the helmet where it's just like that extra piece where it's like open.
Yeah.
I literally saw during that hit that piece flex. I was like, man, that's an incredible hit because you got to imagine how hard the helmet is. And like those kind of helmets, those are like the ones better than what I had in high school. We had the Revolution helmets.
No flex there, huh?
There's
No
flex.
flex.
There's no flex.
No
there.
give.
Yep. So when I saw that give, I was like, oh man, that probably like absorbs some of the hit.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure it does. Yeah, they have to continue to evolve that technology. I don't doubt it. They just have to. I don't want to see this league with no helmets and flags.
Remember the helmet that Wes Welker had in like the Super Bowl after he came back from a concussion? It literally looked like the Darth Vader helmet. Like,
yep, the thing was huge.
Yeah. Get out of my way, Reynolds.
Nice play. That's a good 1st and 20 play. I wish my Bears could figure out how to run a screen like that. Like, you got probably a good 6 or 8 yards. We'll find out here in a second. But no, they got 10. That's just a good screen. And it all starts at the front offensive line. Like, they get out in motion. They get out into the numbers.
Oh, that guy was coming hard.
Goff evading a hit, getting some rushing yards. Nice, Goff. That was a good extension of the play there. And bringing up another 3rd and short. This team was looking at 1st and 20 just a moment ago. Let's hit a big hitter here. I want over 100 passing yards in the 1st quarter. I really want to drive home this prop. Tonight. I put all my money where my mouth is. $50 holler. Take it to the Hizzy. Smash the like button. Share the video. Let's go. If you ain't subscribed yet, come ride with us. Let's go, guys. 3rd and 4 for the Rams. They just keep setting up these 3rd and shorts. I'm liking it right here. Feeling some Cooper Kupp right here. They got Henderson bottom of the screen. Maybe a screen to Henderson here, or maybe he's just playing decoy. I like Kupp outside the numbers here.
You had the screen, though.
There it is. Oh, no.
Terrible.
Oh, what a play.
Whoa.
He grabbed it from him.
Yeah.
He grabbed it from him. You know what? I don't hate that because Jared Goff, not my fantasy lineup this week. I told you guys not to put him there. I think this one's still going to get reviewed. But even if it's not, I love it because I got the Cam Newton unders and I got Jared Goff overs. He's saying how. We'll see the replay.
He's down.
I almost thought he had a catch. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know.
He caught it. He definitely caught it. There's no way he's down by contact.
So you're saying it's interception?
Interception.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think, let's see, right here, the ball's loose and it's not down. But now is this guy down by contact?
No, because as soon as the ball came, the hands released. So
okay,
I don't think he's down by contact. I think it's going to stand.
I think it should, but I feel like, man, this NFL, I just never know.
You see how his hands come off? Like, I don't think he's down.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm with it. I would love it.
Great play.
I'm with it. I love it. Give me the interception. It drives up the number. Gives the total some love.
Yeah, there you go.
Goff's going to get the ball back, and their offense has been looking like the offense to get points. So yeah, let's get it. I think people got to be loving this for props because if you took props in this game, you were taking the Cupps, the Woods, the Akers, the Goffs. Mm-hmm. So I think this is good for people. I think this interception will stand, and I think it'll be solid. But back to the Bengals, they've been kind of a sneaky cover too. I mean, they were like practically undefeated on the cover with Burrow, but they're still 7-5, 7-5-1 because they had to tie.
Yeah.
But do you think they can cover up against the Cowboys? They're playing at home.
Yes.
I think so too. I think T. Higgins is worth the start this week.
Tyler Boyd.
I'm gonna go with the Tyler Boyd this week. I've been saying T. Higgins is the only guy to start, but the matchup is right with the Cowboys.
Drew Sample also. He got some targets.
I know.
I think that he's gonna get some red zone targets. This Dallas defense, the worst part of their defense is their passing defense.
Yeah.
So I think that with that, if Mixon supposed to be coming back?
No, he's not going to be back this week.
Okay.
But they're saying that he could return this season. All I'm saying is no. Don't want none of it. Want none of it. Not with it.
Yeah.
Not whatsoever. Gardner Minshew. Gardner mother clucking.
What are we going to do about Minshew, man? I mean, how do you think he feels that he did a whole damn commercial and he's been out since like week 6?
He's been doing multiple commercials, by the way, because he's getting game checks, but he's going to be needing some income flux, come next year. I don't know what's going on. He says that he begged to play before the Cleveland game. Begged to play because he's a dog. He's a competitor.
He's a competitor, but I mean,
if you have the option to sit on the sideline or be in the game, which do you choose?
I mean, be in the game, but I don't think he had the option to play or be in the game. He was just trying to circumvent the doctor and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go play." Dude, you still can't play, bro.
I don't know. I feel like they're holding him back there. I feel like he might be good to go. I feel like I don't know. I don't have an injury update. All I'm seeing is that they're not starting. and that he's asking to play. If you're asking to play, you gotta be all right. You gotta be ready to go here.
I don't know.
I feel like they're moving on from Minshew. We were talking about them having the top pick. They could go Fields. They could go Lawrence. It just depends on where they finish, of course, right? No need to go after another quarterback in the league when you're in that position in the draft.
Oh, they took it back.
They took it back. Are they just calling it an interception and he's down?
Most
interception and he's down. Like I said,
yeah.
I don't like that because Woods didn't make any sort of move to make him down.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he touched him, and that's what I was worried about because in this NFL, like it's so weird.
Wow.
Here comes Dame. Let's go, Dame. I like some Dame Harris. We were talking him up. Let's drive up that total for the over, folks, right? Always bet the over. Let's go. Shout out to Emron. Emron's got a lot going on this week. He was supposed to be on the show tonight. He's working like overtime. He's going to be looking like a 60 or 70-hour work week for Emron. If you're on the socials, show him some love. Man's working like a dog tonight. We're in the studio having some fun. He's out there making his paycheck. Dame Harris up the middle, 1st and 10. Not going anywhere. Oh, get a touchdown in this drive, guys. Cam Newton, 6 passing yards coming to the end of the first quarter. Let's go on that under. Need it. Would have really preferred if Jared Goff had just gotten the ball back, though. All right, going to the end of the first, we're down. Patriots are down 10-0. Minshew, anywhere else in the league you'd like to see him go, even as a backup potentially?
New Orleans. Get some knowledge. Do an internship there.
So let's say Breeze retires, Jameis leaves, just compete with Taysom and probably not get
No,
it.
you're not competing with Taysom.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, coming into camp, I think how camp goes, right? Camp talk. They're not going to say like, oh, this guy's the guy or this that. It's a competition. You know what I mean? Like the toe in the line, right? Quote unquote competition, doesn't get it, backs up Taysom, right? I wouldn't hate that. I was thinking the same division actually though. We've been talking up the Atlanta Falcons moving on from Matthew Ryan. What if the Falcons were able to get a Gardner Minshew?
I already saw that they were trying to hire Bieniemy.
Okay.
And also someone else that's like a high GM.
Mm-hmm.
There's no effing way Bieniemy's taking
Minshew? No?
No effing way.
You don't like it?
No.
You don't like that pairing?
No.
Okay.
Just because I've seen that Atlanta is like really pushing to get Bieniemy and
okay.
to get the other GM. There's no effing way that Minshew goes there.
So
if that happens.
So do you let Bieniemy ride with Matt Ryan, or do you look elsewhere?
If I was Bieniemy, I would honestly try and finish it out with Matt Ryan. I mean,
okay.
Matt Ryan, I think he is a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He just has never had a offensive coach.
What time is it? Jake Driscoll just said Minshew to the Falcons. I was not looking at the chat though when I said that. So what time is it?
9:02.
Okay, all right. So he's just agreeing with me. I was just saying like too much on the same page there.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying. Thank you for agreeing with me. But yeah, I that's a spot that I would like when I'm thinking of the weapons. Kind of needing a mobile type of quarterback, a guy that can extend plays, roll out of the pocket. To me, that's what they need. They need somebody that can extend the play. Matt Ryan is just you throttle him down the middle, he's going to the ground.
You can definitely have success in this league without being mobile. You can just be agile and move the pocket around. I think
develop the O-line.
Yeah, you can develop the O-line and also just try to work Matt Ryan to actually move throughout the pocket. But like I said,
I just don't think Bieniemy's going to like the going from Mahomes, who can extend plays. You know how that playbook is built. I don't think Matt Ryan's that system for Bieniemy.
But what about? I mean, no one is Patrick Mahomes.
True. I agree.
I mean, what if like
I think Russ Wilson could run that playbook, but
I think he could too. But what I was saying is like, what if like just thinking about a previous quarterback that was older and you would take. I would have taken
to the house. Dun 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 dun. That play is gonna go to the Hizzy. Cam Newton touchdown pass to the Rams. Kenny Young linebacker
from the Ravens
taking it to the Hizzy. Nick spotted him as an ex-Raven. Just a really bad play. And we were talking about those screenplays not that long ago about how Cam needs to get more under those. Nothing there. It was a little lob. Let's see it again. Here it is. Kenny Young reading it like a fairy tale. His assignment goes across field. He stays. Wasn't even to the guy. It was going to the lineman practically. Terrible play. Nice job, Cam.
But what I was gonna say is, how Matt Ryan is so, stoic or like a statue in the pocket.
Yep.
So someone.
Almost a block kick. Hey, shout out Patriots special teams.
I would have taken Brett Favre in Minnesota. When like the last season that he played for Minnesota, I would have taken him if like I went from if I was in the enemy spot from Patrick Mahomes to like an old Brett Favre. I would give him one more year. Absolutely, give him one more year. It's his town. Like I'm confident.
Jake said he sent it before me, so wavelength, Jake. Nice to be there with you, sir.
That's crazy.
Some other places I'm going to name off here because we kind of got tied into the Falcons a little bit there. I like the Patriots. I like Gardner Minshew to the Patriots.
Oh, man, dude.
If they can handle the flair that is Cam Newton, they can handle all of that mustache in New England.
That's true.
I'm sorry. The suits, the gimmicks, the Instagram videos, the Cam Newton literature typing. Like, I don't know what he has his own language. He like types in his own Wakanda-like text form. If they can handle all of that in New England, they can handle Gardner Minshew for a good contract.
Yeah.
Just right in front of it.
That's a good pick.
Just right in front of us here. Who else? No one in the AFC East. No one in the AFC North.
What about Indianapolis?
I don't hate Indianapolis. I don't hate that, but I feel like there could be some other guys that could go there. And honestly, Jacoby Brissett could just be taking the reins. That's a Frank Reich type of move. He just brought in Phillip Rivers. I imagine, I was thinking about this on the drive home today. Thoughts by Justin.
Shame.
Think about Teddy Bridgewater with the Colts this year rather than Phillip Rivers.
I would have loved that.
I would have preferred that much more, to be perfectly honest with you.
I love that.
We got a flag on the play.
It's surprising.
Oh, he kicked it out of bounds. Shanked it.
It's surprising that that Phillip Rivers and Carolina never linked up because he's from North Carolina. Like, he went to North Carolina State. He still lives in North Carolina. It's just like very interesting that he would go to Indianapolis or like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get it. And to me, it's the Frank Reich relationship. Like they were just Sean McVay down the field. Let's go. Running with Kenny Young in stride. Let's go, Sean McVay. Can't hold him back. I love it. Patriots still trying to run the ball down 17-0. And they're not even running it with Cam. Like, what are you guys doing? They can't put three wins in a row together. They are not winning this game. I'm not calling the comeback for sure. For sure. You're just running into their strength. You're running into Aaron Donald in that defensive line. Like, come on, you got to do a little bit more. You got to get a little bit more creative. Everybody in the chat, drop your favorite team, smash the like button, subscribe if you already haven't. We got 2nd and 4 for the Patriots here. Come on, give me some RPO. Give me some Cam. Let him work. Get him outside the numbers here. Nope. They just want to feed Dame Harris, man. Second effort. I like the second effort to get the first down, but Cam Newton, 2 for 5 for 6 passing yards and an interception. If you expect to come back in this game, you got to get your quarterback rolling. Are we going to see a Hoyer here? Stidham's the next guy up. He threw a touchdown this week. Sorry. Are we going to see Stidham?
If Cam throws an interception, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if Cam can't get over 50 passing yards and he gets another pick in this half, Stidham's coming back in the third. Calling it. We got 1st and 10 here, Cam. Not saying a prayer. I feel like that worked. I feel like you need to go back to that, Cam. Dame Harris, let's go, brother. I'm dogging the game plan here, but it's working. It really is. Are the Rams kind of like, giving them the space to do this? Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're
trying to keep them in front.
I really feel like they are, yeah, and it's not working. Me and Sean McVay. I need to find Sean McVay's barber. The guy's got great hair. When I go in, I tell them that's what I want. They can't do it. The people that cut my hair, I say 2 on the sides, scissors on top. Everything's great until they get to the top. Because it's their interpretation. I tell them every time, like, you see this hair? It's long. It grows fast, all right? Cut it short. You know what they do? They don't. They don't cut it short. Bastards. Sony Michel? With the touch?
I think so.
With the touch, Sony Michel. Hey, come get your Sony Michel. All right, now go to the sideline. Dame Harris is better. Let's go. Gardner Minshew to the Redskins. The football team, Driscoll. The football team, sir.
Not happening.
Put some respect on their name.
Not happening.
Well, they're talking about Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. So
that's definitely
that's what you would prefer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care, but that's probably what's going to happen.
Do we have any update on that, on Nick's new favorite team?
No.
No update?
No.
We're in week 14, and Nick still does not have a favorite team. Cam Newton under pressure. He's running for it. Cam Newton yards. He's running for it. Let's go.
Yeah, like I said last episode, so just taking time off for myself and just watching football, seeing what I really like. It's been a long season without cheering for a specific team, but I'll get there. Hopefully next season I'll have somebody, but really just taking some me time in football after the debacle in Washington. So
that is the way to be, Nick.
It's about a decade of pain, and I'm just kind of like, I can't get that invested because even talking about him just gets me like hyped up, and I'm like, I don't even like him anymore. Like, why do I care? But
they brought back that play, by the way. Cam ran for it. They were like, nah, bring it back. Big penalty, bringing up 1st and 20. They're gonna run it. You want to play run or pass? Oh, I lose. You didn't call it. Cam Bird completions.
Keeping him in front.
Whatever. They got a first down.
Yeah.
Cam Newton with the passing yards. Driscoll, he's referencing Carolina for Minshew. They got Bridgewater. Ain't happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Going a couple more spots here. Yeah, again, no AFC North. Let's see.
I just went through all the teams. There's really not that many teams where it's just like, oh, they're definitely looking for a quarterback.
Could the Cowboys move on from Dalton as a backup? I wouldn't hate him as Minshew as a backup to Dak.
See, I was kind of looking at teams as like a starter. I shouldn't have been doing that. I'm gonna say, I mean, he would be good. I think that would be a good pick. I think he could fill in nicely. If Dak does go down, hopefully not with such a serious injury, but when he fills in, I think he could be a great option. He has a lot of weapons to play with.
Another 2 backup spots that I like: Minnesota and Detroit.
Minnesota, I can see that. That'd be great.
Zimmer's just always talking about Cousins and how he never wanted to give him that contract, never wanted to pay him, and it was all out of necessity, right? Like if you got an able-minded backup there that you can plug in, if your guy isn't getting it done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that's Minnesota's all right, but I thought they just signed Kirk again.
Well, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Detroit and Minnesota are good backup spots in my opinion.
Yeah.
Good backup spots because you could get I think you could trade for Minshew really easily, to be honest with you. And as a backup, I think he would be like very valuable as a backup.
Who's a good backup that just like came in and just like cleaned up?
I mean, Jacoby Brissett's going in for 1-yard goal line carries. He's literally fantasy relevant. Taysom Hill was last year. How he was with all the random plays, receiver, getting tackles. If you're playing IDP leagues, that was crazy. He was like IDP gold last year. Catches, tackles, passing touchdowns. Like he was a monster. You just had to know when to play him though. That was the tough part. We got 3rd and 2 here for the Patriots in the red zone. Been some direct runs for Cam, and look, Nick, it's working. Like the last 2 out of the last 3 plays, direct runs to Cam. Oh no, look, it works. Woo! It's like we sort of know what we're talking about. I still call them the Redskins, like I call Comiskey Park. Fair enough. I mean, how many times has that place been renamed though? I can't. It's called Guaranteed Rate Field now, and off the highway, because they play off a very popular highway in Chicago. It just has their logo, golden rate, guaranteed rate. It's just a red arrow going down.
I've seen it on MLB The Show. I know what you're talking about.
It's terrible. Like I hate that branding.
Yeah.
Shout out Guaranteed Rate. I think my aunt works for them. Good company. Bad logo. I mean, I guess if you're in the mortgage business, an arrow down is probably pretty solid. But for a baseball team, I don't know. Like the logo on your field, an arrow going down, I just don't.
Kind of like pay attention to here. It's like you can't even see the.
I'm not a lover of it. I'm not a lover of it.
I understand.
Nice logo change, says John Reed. Yeah, that's right, John. We're broadening our horizons here at the Hizzy. We got NBA coming up next week. We got MMA coming out in a couple of weeks. We got NHL dropping in January. We're living the fast life over here, man. It's the good stuff. So, yeah, it's take it to the Hizzy Fantasy Sports, y'all. I love Bridgewater, but he's a temporary patch for them right now, says Driscoll.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think he's there. I think he's found his home. I think this year has just been kind of a struggle with the injuries, really all around, right?
Everybody's hurting though.
And you can't. I don't like to lean on this, but it's still the COVID year, right? There's a lot of players, teams that didn't get their traditional OTAs off season. 2020 is a different beast. I'm really anxious to see what the Panthers can put together in 2021. Full off season, Bridgewater there with his guys all year. I think greener pastures are ahead. Dude, it's embarrassing to be a Sox fan in that stadium. Didn't they go to the playoffs this year? The White Sox? Yeah.
And Jose Abreu won the MVP. So not really that embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't really hate the White Sox like I used to. I think once you get out of Illinois and you get out of like that just I don't want to call it a toxic environment, but
pretty toxic.
Bro, when you're just constantly like, if you mention you're a Cubs fan and there's a Sox fan around, dear God, like run and hide. Like some people are just brutal, other people are cordial. Like it's just too much sometimes. And man, when the White Sox won that 05 World Series, oh my God, it was a long 11 years to 2016, my guy. That fourth down call by the Patriots was very reminiscent of the Seahawks matchup. They were going for it on the win, and they give it to Cam on the rush. Like, you need to do something better than that there. I mean, I know I was calling for them to utilize Cam, but come on, you can't do it in the most crucial scenario here. You need an option. Where's the running back there for a flush out? Where's a tight end coming across the middle? I don't love that. Just a direct snap and say, hey, guys, beat everybody one-on-one, everybody do their jobs. You have to account for somebody on the other side making a play. You know, you need your safety valves. They weren't there. I hate that play call. How long you see him playing in Carolina?
His contract?
Yeah, his contract.
I mean, unless something like seriously happens, I think he plays out his contract and they at least reevaluate his body of work and see if he's moving forward. I mean, he's young as hell. He's like 27. Like he's got some time. He's just had some injury history. This year did not help. I mean, a lot of the soft tissue injuries we're seeing is just because these guys are in quarantine. Like
sure,
they some of them were working out and stuff, but I guarantee you 95% of them probably weren't.
Doing walkthroughs on Zoom, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it's the same thing, right?
It's not.
Some teams answered the call, right? Like some teams really did. Like they were coming out with a Clemson Disney movie.
No, I know that story. I followed it when it was actually happening. So the guy they're following only played special teams for Clemson before they started winning championships, and his mother passed away, who's in custody of his younger brother. So he basically ends up taking custody of his younger brother while continuing to play for Clemson. And they end up like having like he gets like a full scholarship to the team after working really hard and stuff. So it's a really good story. It ends up really well for everybody. And now they just finally made a movie about it. I was like, man, I remember reading that story in real time.
As long as he gets fucking paid, because he wasn't in college when he was taking care of his little brother and making money for Clemson.
Oh yeah, there was like a big issue because like the team wanted to help him because he was a college athlete. There wasn't too much aid that could be given to him, so there was like kind of an issue. But
I'm sure Trevor Lawrence's parents threw some money their way.
He was way before Trevor Lawrence's time.
Driscoll, I don't know what this question means. I got it on the screen. You're gonna have to rephrase that. I don't know what that means. Okay, who was our manager and what did he do in the playoffs? I don't know what you're talking about, so you're gonna have to clarify that one for me.
Of the 2005 World Series,
Ozzie Guillen, yeah. And they wrecked in the playoffs. They broke, I think, the record for wins or something.
They were really freaking good.
Yeah.
And then he went to Miami the next year or 2 years after and tried to do the same thing. And
Ozzie Guillen still a nutbag. He just hit the right spot at the right time. Like that dude's still fucking crazy. The dude's wild. Just in the right spot at the right time. They have an awesome team. I could go on and on about that team, and I'm a Cubs fan. Yeah, they're showing the battles won here. They put out James White into motion, and Dame Harris runs away.
Look, they're doubling Aaron Donald, but the guy next to him made the play.
Yeah, I hate that. I need some yardage here. Goff's looking good for the prop still, but 72 yards. I need some more here. It's not looking great with this lead. Come on, Akers. Let's keep the drive alive.
Cam Akers is so patient. He's waiting for that hole to open up, and as soon as he sees it, he hits hard. He did the exact same thing at Florida State.
Yeah, he might rush for 100 yards this game and not find a touchdown.
This is freaking interesting to see because I do not see an entire team around a coach like that in the NFL. But with the Patriots, it happened.
All right, guys. We're benching Cam.
We're going to Jared.
We're going to Stidham. All right? Get it together. Let's make a play. Goff, 3rd and 5. Dialing it up. Keeping the drive alive. Tyler Higbee hitting his props. Goff over 75 passing yards now in the first half. John Reed says, smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Destroy it. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Guys, we really need you to show up a Wednesday next week. We got NBA dropping. We need everybody out there for the premiere. Probably going to be the 735 club still. 735. Goff, play action. Ooh, had to get rid of it. Pressure was coming down the middle. Did he throw a flag on that play? Akers was pretty upset about that.
Because the defender wasn't turned around. He had no idea.
Gotcha.
That's like a class back when I was younger. That was like a classic pass interference call because the defender didn't turn his head around. They don't really call that anymore. It's really a lot more hand fighting, a lot more grabbing of the jersey. Never really turning around the head. It's just because I think the game's gotten a lot faster than previous decades.
Yeah, Driscoll was referencing the White Sox this year. Renteria is their head coach, and I don't know the roster this year. I don't follow baseball like that, to be perfectly honest with you. I follow my team, I follow the Cubs, and I kind of like that because it's like my sport where I just kind of like I get to dial in with my squad and just kind of chill. Like fantasy baseball is wild. I'll probably play this year because we're expanding to baseball. I'll probably get back into that, but more so as a playing host, asking the questions, asking the important things. Let Steve and the gang pick my fantasy squad. Nice little short armor there to Akers. Nice, not bad on 3rd and 10. Doesn't look like they're gonna get the first down, but move the chains a little bit. Give me some more passing yards. I don't hate that. But yeah, it looks like the Rams are gonna be coming up short here on 4th down. We'll move on from the Minshew talk. Let's preview the Sunday night and Monday night game really quick. We got Steelers and the Bills. What do you like there right out of the gate?
Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills. I think the loss to the football team kind of exposed the Steelers a little bit. They're still in a good situation. They're still in a really good situation, but coming off that loss, if they had won that game, it was a really competitive game. Loved watching it. Watching with you, actually. We were on dual screening. That was a fun game. That was a great finish. And I feel like if the Steelers come out with a win, they just have, all that hype. They did, doing it without Connor, winning a close one. I mean, it was at home, but man, football team showed a ton of pride getting the dub. But they're traveling to Buffalo. I don't like it. I don't like the spot for them. We got the spread.
Yeah, 2.
2. I'm gonna take the Bills to cover 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills to cover 2.
I like that.
The over under right now is 48.
Interesting.
24 points each. I don't know. I think the Buffalo defense is starting to come on a little bit. I saw some great plays from Tre'Davious White. So I think that after losing the game against the Washington football team, I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come out a little bit pissed off. But Buffalo's kind of just been like come back into it like the Cleveland Browns. And I'm glad for those two cities. Those two cities are great fan cities in terms of like tailgates and stuff like that. So I'm glad that they actually have a team that's doing great. Like I would have loved to have seen Monday night's game against Baltimore and Cleveland. I would love to have seen the crowd there because man, like the Cleveland team or the Cleveland fans are some of the greatest fans I've seen on Twitter because they are
really all those groups. You got. I mean, I respect the Ravens fans. I appreciate them. They're pretty solid. But Ravens, Browns, Bills, and Steelers. Prime time. I mean, that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that all this is happening for them. But Buffalo, I think they're going to come out and I think they're going to shock again. Even though Pittsburgh's the underdog right now, I still think that Buffalo is going to shock a team and move to 10-3.
Yeah, I could see it. I'm going to pick the Bills straight up. They're actually 7-5 against the spread. Maybe we should avoid that. Maybe we should just take the Bills straight up to win that one. But yeah, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And Bills Mafia, man, they're the real ones. I mean,
absolutely.
Ladders, tables, and chairs, literally. Like they just go all out. Those were the people that I felt for when the coronavirus hit. Because those are the people, like literally, that field and that stadium is their fucking church. That like literally, like that's their religion. And don't get me wrong, I felt bad for religious people too, whatever. Not my sort of thing, but I digress, right? Like that's a big deal in Buffalo. It's pretty much Friday Night Lights type of concept there. So I'm all about it. Definitely a group that I felt bad for. John Reed wants to ask which NFC East team is most likely to win a playoff game. I think we both know our answers.
None.
You got to pick one. You got to pick the Giants.
They're not going to win. No one's going to win a game in the playoffs. That's the thing. Like no one's going. They're going to make it, but no one's going to win. Like
the Giants just beat Seattle on the road. Like we got to give them some love. We got to say there's a shot, right? Like, all right, I'll say it. I'm going to say it. The football team, let's go. They just got to win it, and they need Gibson. Like they need everybody 1,000% healthy.
Yeah, and like all of them hit their stride at the same exact time.
Yeah, exactly. Alex Smith also needs to survive the regular season. Let's put a big asterisk next to that.
I really do love Alex Smith, but man, I'm so worried about him from week to week.
I think everyone is, especially his wife. I think everyone
sleeps at night. She's probably wearing a wig at this point with how much hair is falling out of her. Because I'd be a wreck.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, he's with it, man. He's getting it done.
He's getting it done. I have all of the respect for him, all the respect. But man, it is worrisome to see him like. Aaron Donald, first game in, he jumped on his back. It was like, all right, let's see how you're like. He survived
the Donald test.
He survived the Donald test, but geez, like they don't care. Like, and the thing is, it only takes one trip for a defensive lineman, a 300-pound lineman, to be throttling into your leg, and it can happen. And it can happen at any time, and it's scary. And because we know that this NFL is based on injuries and how teams overcome it all the time. Like, it's very hard for players to play all 16 games in this NFL. Just to be completely honest, I mean, if they do, they're considered Iron Men. Like Joe Thomas, 10 years of like 10,000 consecutive snaps. Didn't miss a single game until he tore his tricep, and then he retired after that.
Right. Let's what was I gonna ask? Fuck, lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was looking at the chat, and then I was trying to think about 3 different things at once. Sorry. Alex Smith Award. Can we just call it that now?
Absolutely.
So he's comeback player of the year, right?
Yes.
We can just call it.
Yes. If anybody else gets it, I'm sorry. You just got to throw out the award.
I was getting into it with somebody on Facebook, kind of, a little friendly back and forth, Roethlisberger versus Smith, and like his argument, which is fair, like the numbers, right? Like you should have some stats, right? Like because it's a player of the year award. You should probably have some type of positive stats, efficiency, or whatever. To that, I just say like the story is just better.
I'll give you the perfect example. I just watched
like Alex Smith from the depths of hell.
Exactly.
Literally.
I will give you a perfect example. There was a running back for the Patriots in the late 90s named his last name was Edwards. I don't remember his first name.
Okay.
I want to say Anthony, but I don't think that's it.
Okay.
But Edwards, he played against underneath
2018 wide receiver drafted by the Patriots, Braxton Berrios. Sorry. Braxton Berrios comes on the screen. I got to say his name.
This guy played underneath Pete Carroll when he was the head coach for the New England Patriots. This was like the year before, I think the year before that Bill Belichick came. Well, sure enough, this guy tears his knee in a Pro Bowl game that was on the beach for rookies and sophomores. He threw the ball. Charles Woodson was the guy that landed on top of him.
That's gross. That's gross.
He missed the next 2.5 years. He came back and only had 44 carries for like 250 yards and like 1 touchdown.
They gave it to him?
Yep, they gave it to him.
No shit.
Back. He won it.
Did his team even do anything?
Nope. Did absolutely nothing.
Just for the sake of the comeback.
Just for the sake of the comeback.
Wow.
This is one thing where this is a story award, and precedent has already been set that you don't need the stats to come back. Sometimes the story is just so bad that it's incredible that you actually made it back onto the field.
Alex Smith has no reason to play football ever again. He's doing it right now.
Yep. And for me, it's like, you know what? I can understand defending Ben Roethlisberger for comeback player of the year. Any other year, and if Alex Smith, came back the next year, Ben Roethlisberger would win this year. Completely understand. Yeah. But realize Alex Smith is playing football right now with 1.5 legs. He just had 17 surgeries. He's overcome multiple infections, he
was going to lose the leg.
He was going to lose the leg.
He wasn't going to have a leg this year. He couldn't walk 100% of 2019.
And I'm sorry, the only thing that happened was that a ligament was torn in Ben's arm. And it's a lot for a quarterback, but there was nothing threatening about it. They did the surgery. He was going to come back.
I think what people get caught up in with the Steelers, it was the 11-0. And now they're not. So I think even with that, like, okay, you're 11-0. You got beat by the comeback player of the year. Yeah. You were playing the Super Bowl for the comeback player of the year, Ben, and you lost. And that's what I told the gentleman. I said, hey, Big Ben, he's got stats, he's got numbers. He's also got an elite defense. Last year, this team went 8-8 with Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges. Okay, 8-8 with those guys. Personally, I mean, I know that people do not agree with me, and I understand. Maybe this is a harsh criticism, but worst quarterback that I've seen this year, Ben DiNucci. Next to him, after that, Mason Rudolph.
Okay.
That's my. I am not a Mason Rudolph guy. People tell me, oh, he needs time to develop. He's Tomlin guy. They replace him with Devlin Hodges. Are you kidding me? He's not the guy. He's practically a murderer. He tried to kill somebody, or he didn't try to. Miles Garrett tried to. He tried to provoke somebody to get murdered. Shout out Miles. Cam cannot throw that screen pass. Cam cannot throw that screen pass. He needs more direct snaps. I don't understand it. They're still trying to make it happen. It's not going to. And if you're going to do it, Nick, why not James White?
Yeah.
Why not throw it to someone that can actually do something back there? That's a traditional scat back, has the experience just, doing it all the time. I don't understand the Patriots.
If the Bills upset the Steelers, and it's not really an upset because
they're favored. They're favored and they're home.
But if they win, do you think that Josh Allen goes into the MVP race?
No. Josh Allen's team is far too good around him. He is not in the MVP race, in my opinion.
Okay.
I
can see that.
Like Russ Wilson's team is not good around him. If they finish out like the way that we anticipate, I think he's going to wind up winning it.
Okay.
Even Mahomes, like his defense this year is so much better than years past.
And stars. Yeah.
And he has the stars in Kelsey and Hill, Hilaire. They've even added Bell. I don't think you give the MVP to a guy who's on the team that is constantly trying to reload weapons, i.e. Tom Brady also isn't winning it this year. I like Russ. I like, I was liking Kyler. He's really coming down a couple notches. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Russ is going to wind up taking it home. Josh Allen, he's been really good, but I don't, I think that, I don't know who their backup is, but obviously they wouldn't be the same team, but I don't see it now. The Diggs factor is too much for me.
And the Beasley factor.
Yeah. Just the wide receiver depth in general. No, Beasley's been fucking solid. John Brown has to be out for him to really rocket, up the boards, but he's out and Beasley's doing the damn thing. Gabe Davis is still coming down with touchdowns. He's got a nice little steady flow, but Beasley, Diggs, John Brown, they were getting it done. And the point is he has the weapons there. He's got the whole bag of tools there. So yeah, I'm pretty much all but locked in for Russ for MVP. How about this one? How about a sneaky Aaron A-Rod Rodgers?
What? Oh,
MVP. Why not? I'd take Russ and Rodgers over anyone else.
I'm going to say that if Aaron Rodgers is in, to be honest, Devontae Adams has been putting up some stats.
But he also hasn't been there all year. That's
the thing, yeah.
The Packers have still won games without him. They've won games without Aaron Jones. You know what I mean? So
I can understand that.
It's difficult. And Russ too. He's won games without his run game as well. So if Carson was there the entire time, Hyde was there the whole time, maybe the argument's not as strong for Russ. But those passing numbers, they're the only reason why they have a winning record. Their defense is just so bad. And that's why I think he's going to wind up getting it. The Packers defense also isn't amazing. It's good enough to win them games. And the offense is, just brilliant. Right. So I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers and Russ Wilson for my lead dogs for MVP. I'll get back to the chat here being a little wasteful. Let's see. We are now in the red zone for number 100, says John Reed. We are closing in on TITTH number 100. John, dude, you missed earlier in the episode. Some dude was trying to say that we totally stole his name.
Oh yeah, John Reed, you would have loved that.
You would have been all over that dude. I was like,
you could definitely goon up on him.
We went to his page. He's on episode 9. Sorry, bruh. And it was also Take It to the House. It wasn't Take It to the Hizzy.
Oh, what? No.
Branding is not alike. It's not all equal. Cam under pressure, taking one beyond the line of scrimmage. John Reed, by the way, he called the Cam Newton next touchdown score. Driscoll was in the chat asking who's going to score the next touchdown. John Reed called out the Cam Newton score here. But I don't know how he's feeling about that because Cam Newton could have scored on the last drive and he didn't. Patriots defense showing up a little bit here. We're gonna be closing it down here at the half as we do. But Patriots defense showing some pride here the past drive or so. It could have been a lot worse at the start of this game. You know who we're missing tonight? Where's Louis J? His Rams are on. Should be in the chat, Louis.
Yeah.
Where you at, bro? Cam delivers. Myers short of the first. What are we doing here, Nick? I think you got to take a field goal. I think you have to take points here.
Well, with the current play call,
it's a 2-possession game no matter what. If you kick a field goal,
I'm going to say you're going to dive in the middle for turnover on downs.
Oh man, they got to take points here. Haven't they been down here twice? They've been down here twice and not taking points. You have to take the field goal here, Belichick. I don't trust your guys. I don't trust them at all. Come on, don't be coy. Don't. All right, thank goodness we are kicking it, and we got some time for some more yardage for Goff. Let's go. Can we get an update on the yardage here?
Yeah.
I need to know how bad I'm looking with Cam. He's been making completions on him, been hating it. I got him under 165. Is he at 80 yet? Give me 65 passing yards.
85 passing yards.
Not great. Not great for me.
Damian Harris, 9 carries, 39 yards. Cam Newton, 6 for 13. Sonny Michel, 2 for 10. James White, 1 for 3. The receiving, 2 for 37 for Jacoby Myers. Demir Bird, 3 for 35. N'Keal Harry, 1 for 13. Damian Harris, 1 for 0. And then on the other side, Jared Goff, 9 for 15 for 88 and an interception. Cam Akers, 11 for 89, no touchdowns. Jared Goff, 2 for 10, a touchdown. The receiving, Tyler Higbee, 2 receptions, 34 yards. Cam Akers, 2 receptions, 23 yards. Robert Woods, 3 receptions, 19 yards. Gerald Everett, 1 for 9. Cooper Kupp, 1 for 3. And Josh Reynolds, 9 catches, 1 target.
And there are no passing touchdowns, which we call. Well, we didn't call. We said both quarterbacks would throw 1 or less. So that's where we're standing here. It says we have a new comment, but I can't see it. Oh, here we go. No, it says we can't see it. Weird. Try to pull it up here. Yeah, we got the Rams coming out here with another minute. You want to pull up some sitter starts? We'll end the show with that. Some sitter starts for the week. Some close races. See what we got here. See if I can't track down this last minute comment.
All righty.
What we got here? Yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
Taysom Hill or Josh Allen?
Taysom Hill or Josh Allen? I'll take Josh Allen.
Justin Herbert or Tom Brady?
Herbert. Herbert's got the Falcons. Brady's got the Vikings. I'm going to take Herbert still.
Alex Smith or Drew Lock?
Give me Alex Smith.
Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr?
Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr. Ooh, I was saying to fade Derek Carr. Carr has the Colts and Cousins has the Bucks. That's a close one. With that, man, I feel like I still got to go Cousins. Like, I'm not a Cousins guy. If you guys are fans of the show, I do not hype him up. But I just like the weapons there more. Thielen, Jefferson, Cook.
They can score anytime.
I feel like he can get in the red zone. And with Carr, if he's missing Jacobs, I mean, that's the heart of their team, man. Up against a really good defense like the Colts, I got to go with Cousins. I hate saying it.
Kareem Hunt or Naeem Hines?
Kareem Hunt or Naeem Hines? Naeem Hines.
Chris Carson or Jonathan Taylor?
That's tough, though, because I feel like Hunt's going to find the end zone this week. Still give me Hines. Sorry, what was the next one?
Chris Carson or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor. Colts are going up against the Raiders. Jonathan Taylor's coming off a good game. Man, I'll go Jonathan Taylor.
Frank Gore or Peyton Barber? Bottom of the barrel.
Frank Gore.
No, Chris Robin.
Yeah, I feel like I got to go with Frank Gore if he's healthy. We don't know if he's actually going to be active or not. So if he's active, I'm going Frank Gore.
Raheem Mostert or DeAndre Swift?
Raheem Mostert. Swift has got a good matchup. Lions are going up against the Packers, but I like Mostert more just in general, period.
All right, moving on to wide receivers.
Okay.
Antonio Brown or DJ Shark?
Antonio Brown or DJ Shark. The Jags have the Titans and Antonio Brown has the Vikings. I'm going to take Antonio Brown. I was saying earlier in the show that we need to look closer at Mike Evans this week, and he could be a potential bench candidate. I'm going to say Antonio Brown, 7 catches, 60 yards, and maybe a touchdown.
Okay. Kiki Kute or Michael Pittman?
I'm going to go Kiki Kute. It's not a great matchup up against the Bears defense, but Michael Pittman, they're going up against the Raiders. T.Y. Hilton's kind of coming on past couple weeks. Feel like he's kind of the ideal target there right now. Yeah, I'm going to go Kute. Big week last week for Kute. I'm going to ride it.
Cole Beasley or Jarvis Landry?
Cole Beasley or Jarvis? Give me Cole Beasley.
We finally Beasley. Here we go.
Well, the matchup up against the Steelers, like I really like that. I think Diggs is we'll have a Diggs night. I think Diggs will get it done, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a slower night for him. So yeah, give me Beasley and Gabe Davis for sure. It's just a good game. Like what you said, the total's at 48 points.
Mhm.
Well, who was the other guy you asked me?
Cole Beasley, Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry. The Browns are playing the Ravens. I want to say their totals at like 45 or 46. So yeah, I'll just go with a little bit more points available.
Okay, and I'll go tight ends.
Okay. Someone laid a comment. Driscoll was over in the other chat asking about Derrick Henry for MVP, and it's just not there, man. Like it's a quarterback award.
Quarterback award.
We'd like to say it, but Tannehill, he puts up really good numbers in Tennessee still. So those two, they're just not with it. Neither of them can win MVP, unfortunately. Cup, not great. He was looking like he was going to get the first down, but came up just short, it looks like.
Logan Thomas or Noah Fant?
Logan Thomas or Noah Fant. Oh, man, Noah Fant.
Eric Ebron or Dallas?
No. That wasn't the answer. Oh. I was saying like, oh, Noah Fant. I was going to say like he was such a big favorite of mine coming into the year, and he's just faded out. I have to go Logan Thomas.
Oh, interesting.
Logan Thomas, bro, he's cleaning up with Gibson out of the lineup. Cleaning up.
Eric Ebron or Dallas Goedert?
Dallas Goedert. Ebron, those drops, man. Those damn drops. It's a good matchup. Don't get me wrong. Up against the Bills, that's a good matchup. But if between the two, I got to go Goddard. He's like the number one for the Eagles.
Hunter Henry or Cole Kmet?
Cole Kmet's going up against Houston. Jimmy Graham's still hurt. You know what? I called for the Cole Kmet touchdown last week. Give me one more. Give it to me. Give me Cole Kmet.
Jimmy Graham or Mike Gesicki?
Not Jimmy Graham. I just said Cole Kmet. So not Jimmy Graham. Cole Gesicki for sure. That's not great.
I know it's a bad one.
Yeah,
Robert Tonyan or Mike Gesicki?
Closer one. I like that one. I like that. That's a good little comparison there. I'm gonna go Gesicki just because Rob Tonyan. It's just it's kind of a roller coaster ride. You know, it's just up, down. You never know what you're really gonna get. So,
all right, you want one more?
One more to close it out.
Logan Thomas or T.J. Hawkinson?
Easy. Next one, as I ask a good one here, he knows how to get to me with the T.D. Hawkinson talk.
We talk a lot of football.
We talk a lot of T.D. Hawkinson. I don't know, man. That's another really good one. That's another good one. You said Thomas, right? Logan Thomas?
Logan Thomas or T.D. Hawkinson?
Detroit's playing the Packers. Galladay's still going to be out. Man, that's tough. Cam throws another pick. Oh, wow. Just avoids the pick. Wow, I thought for sure he was going to be intercepted. Tip ball, plenty of hands up in the air to get it. Didn't come down with it. The Rams. Jacoby Myers saved points there. It would have been a nice little field goal to end the half. I'll take Logan Thomas still. It doesn't look like Gibson's going to be available this week. And when he wasn't being featured, Logan Thomas was the guy moving the chains. Big week for Logan Thomas. I think he's going to be I think he's going to get you to your championship weeks. I really feel that way.
All right. Well.
All right. Really appreciate you guys coming out and riding with us. This was Take It to the Hizzy, not to be confused with Taking It to the House. This was TITTH number 80. We will see you guys Sunday morning for TITTH number 81. Take care. Be well. We'll see you.
See you guys.
Go Jared Goff. We need the yards. Let's go.